So basically what we're doing between now and Friday is we're warming that seat up, and this is its biggest warming so far. Who's going to be in that seat next? Jane, over to you.
Our next guest could fight you with one arm tied behind his back and barely even break a sweat. This SAS star is heading on a new 22-day Embrace the Chaos tour. So here to put our pandemonium in order and to rock our socks off, it's the fearless Jason Fox.
On it yet, but I feel,
can you feel the vibe?
I can. Yeah,
Pre-vibe.
I feel like I'm getting something from it. Yeah,
I'll tell you what, though, you could give him more than a run for his money. How do you think he'd fare in Who Dares Wins?
I think he'd probably do all right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what his
regime
well, actually,
is.
His mental approach to things is pretty robust, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I mean, he's the whole Limitless thing that he showed that he does on National Geographic. Have you seen it?
I've seen bits of it. I haven't watched it. I very rarely watch a full series of anything through 100%.
Yeah.
I watch bits and then go somewhere.
I think you and he would make a great little double act, or a big double act. Would you take Hemsworth on board?
Take him on or take him on board?
Take him on board. Would you take him on? Of course you'd take him on. He's showbiz strong. No, he's not though, is he? That's the whole point. He's not showbiz strong.
I think he's 100% genuine, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes pushing himself. Yeah, we'd take him on board.
He's got his own YouTube channel, because I've been watching a lot because he's coming in on Friday. So I'm having to watch YouTube for a living. That's my job at the moment. Terrible job, isn't it? But somebody's got to do it. His best mate is his trainer. And they really put each other through it. He's so cool. And, you know, he's got this, he's been diagnosed with a huge sort of increased possibility of suffering, being challenged by Alzheimer's as he gets older.
No way.
Yeah, because he had this whole body scan as part of his Limitless show. And it was a health scan, well-being scan. He had various brain scans, but all part of the show.
Yeah.
And they found this gene, which makes the likelihood of Alzheimer's more. Unfortunately, increases it. And then his dad has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And one of his Limitless shows is he and his dad going on this road trip to help with his Alzheimer's. It's fascinating. So his mental health, he's very aware of everything that's going on. Really interesting guy.
I'm going to start watching that.
Yeah, good, man.
Really interesting.
Well, I was watching him and I was watching you yesterday. How much do we want to talk about Who Dares Wins SAS, the latest
I'm happy to talk about it. It just depends whether people want to hear spoilers or not.
Well, there's going to be spoilers. I mean, including who's here today. And she's like, I don't want to know who's left. I don't want to know who's left. Well, hang on, but you're going to be with him all day.
You should have watched it, to be fair.
All right. Can I start with this question? So it's doing great business, of course, as usual. Who Dares Wins SAS, celeb version on Channel 4. Can I just ask this question? What is it, in your opinion, about the females that take part that seem to make them more resilient and better at the game you play than the men?
Okay, so...
Because that's a fact, isn't it?
It is at the moment, yeah, and I think part of it is to do with the fact that they really, really want it. Their why is to prove people wrong, and they will endure and grizz out, it's not really a word, but grizz out, anything that we throw at them, and even if they fail, they're not going to be sort of like downtrodden. Their why is stronger. The guys, we've had some really strong guys on, but when it comes to that interrogation phase, they're not bothered. They're like, do you know what? I don't want to go there, or I don't need to prove anything to myself, or X, Y, or Z. There's lots of different reasons, but for the last few seasons, the girls' why is stronger, and I think it's all to do with the fact that women want to prove themselves and show that they can stick it, because maybe they've been doubted for a long period of time.
And in your experience, are they naturally more resilient?
Their approach to it is, I'm going to endure. I don't know whether they're more resilient, because we're all resilient in our own way, shape or form, depending on what's going on and how strong our why is. But they are definitely willing to absorb a lot of pressure, not abuse, because it's not abuse, it's just hardship. So I think that they've cast some good girls, to be fair.
And what about the difference between is there a general difference between the celeb version and you rolled your eyes like you knew I was going to ask?
No, I know, because I get battered on social media about this.
Okay, well, I don't want to bash you at all.
No, I know that.
So I just want to know, by the way, take the fifth on any of these. I don't care whether you answer these questions or not. I got loads of questions, right?
No.
I just want to
answer it.
I just want you to like me.
I want to answer it.
I want you to not
it.
kill me in the headlock. Not that you would anyway. I don't think so. Anyway,
No.
Maybe for the right price, but because Chris Hemsworth, I've got big mates coming in, so
I know. I'll watch myself.
And is there like a striking? Is there like a one route difference between the celebs and the normies?
Everyone thinks that we go easy on the celebs, and there's so many people like saying, "See, you did this." We don't.
I don't even want to know about that. I'm not interested in that. I'm saying forget that. I'm going to unask that question. I want you to erase that.
Okay.
That's not what I'm asking. What I'm asking is there, from a mindset point of view, from a natural point of view, are the celebs different in any way, shape or form, better or worse, generally, if that's even an answer, than the normies?
All the same. They're all human, regardless of what their background is, where they've come from, what they've experienced, what their job is. I think they're all the same. I think generally the celebrities don't think it's going to be as hard as it is when they first turn up, because they have had exposure to, working in the media, whether it's TV, radio, whatever. So they think that there's going to be a little bit of a fluffier side to it. And then there isn't.
There just isn't. And from a filming point of view, is it the same length of days and all that kind of stuff? More or less the same?
Pretty much.
And now you've put it out there, by the way, the cat amongst the pigeons. What do you get accused of, and what is your response to that?
We're always told that we go easier on the celebs. The only thing I will say is we probably engage in a bit more banter earlier on in the process, because they're known people. Some of us, we might know some of them. We feel like we want to, have a bit more of a laugh, so to speak. But they get it just as hard. They really do, and sometimes more so because they are celebrities.
Yeah, well, it's a great series. This series, isn't it?
Good, yeah.
No spoilers. Don't worry about it. I can't believe you're on social media now trying to avoid spoilers. The last place you can avoid the spoilers is on the social media.
I'm not even going there.
Especially on my page. I was like, normally I get battered for it. And I was like, do you know what? I'm not even going to do a blurred photo. I'm putting it out there.
Yeah, is that what you're doing? You're owning it. Fox, it's great to see it. You look so well, man. I didn't realise you were a dog handler.
Yeah.
How long were you a dog handler for?
Not for long. Not for long.
What can you tell people about their dogs this morning that might help them?
Be nice to them.
Be nice to the dogs.
Yeah.
What kind of dog? Do you German Shepherds?
No, I've had I've had a few dogs over the years, as in like personally, but
professionally, what did you work with?
Malinois.
Right. Okay.
Belgian Malinois.
Okay, what kind of things did you do?
Oh no, it was just a working dog. I can't really talk too much about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, even the dog's a secret.
Yeah.
That's so cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, can't talk about the dog stuff. Secret. And the dogs, they can't bark about it either.
No, they're not allowed to talk about it. They've signed it. They've poured a document.
What about male and female dogs? Is there a difference between those guys?
Well,
No.
I don't know. I mean,
Is there? No way. From a working point of view.
no, I don't think so. Right. I don't know. I don't remember anyone saying, "Oh, you're better off having a female dog or a male dog."
Right.
Yeah.
And are you? You're 10 years plus now out of the service. Yeah.
More than that.
When did you leave?
2012.
2012.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like coming up for 40.
I'm irrelevant.
Yeah, but you were still in it for longer than you've been out of it. Does it feel like that, or does it feel the other way around?
It feels the other way around.
Probably
I
does.
feel like
it?
there's been so much happening in that 14 years.
Yeah.
That it does feel like it's been longer.
And are you still turning down more stuff than you're saying yes to? Is it? Always...
No, I'm always on the prowl.
Really?
If anyone's interested, I'm here. Always hustling. I've got a 7.5-month-old kid. So.
Yeah, of course. How's that, by the way?
Yeah.
Forget all the all the other stuff.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I made the mistake not long ago saying, "Oh, it's easier being older." That's a lie. It's not.
It was for a second.
It's more enjoyable because I'm older.
Yeah.
I think I'm just more present, maybe.
Yeah, and you're more relaxed about yourself.
Yeah.
And
I'm
therefore-
not saying I know what I'm doing. I think we just all, like, us humans just wing life anyway. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's brilliant.
So are you going on tour to get out of the house then? Is that the... Let's be honest about this now.
Going on tour to keep him in nappies.
Yeah, Jason Fox says, embrace the chaos while I leave it behind.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So 22-date live tour. What's still in this? What's not in it? What's new?
It's there's some familiar themes for people that have come to the tour before.
Like what, for example?
So there's going to be a little bit about mental health, but it's more the Life at the Limit, which was the tour before, was my life chronologically, articulated, but then its backbone was mental health and my journey with it and what it looked like and what it felt like to leave the military and so on and so forth. This is more about some of the lessons I learned along the way. So it's picking a few different things. There's a lot of funny stuff because it's a lot of the stuff that I messed up in, there's a bit about going out with the lads. There's a bit about boozing and the antics that we got up to.
Oh my gosh!
There's
you guys must have been something else.
Yeah, there's obviously a lot on, or there's a chunk on SAS, Who Dares Wins, and Special Forces, which is the US version, and then a real good chunk of it is what I did last year, which is we called it Project Fire and Ice. It then went on to become a documentary on Channel 4 last week, actually, called Arctic Adventure Ultimate Survival.
Yeah, how was that?
The hardest thing I've ever done.
Really?
Yeah.
Including being in the service?
Yeah.
No way.
Minus the getting shot at thing. I mean, that was a bonus, but it was harder because I think, again, we go back to the age thing. I'm a bit older, and also I didn't have to do it, and it was brutal. It was short and sharp, 10 days, but it was brutal.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you have all the, the mental strategy of or the experience of different mental strategies, and you knew it was going to be over. So, it's not the same, but if I'm going for a really long run or whatever, I'll do some hill climbs like I did on Saturday. I always say to myself, in 90 seconds, this is going to be over. And
exactly.
Soon I start, soon it's going to be over. So did the fact that you knew it was going to be 10 days, did you not just I would just keep defaulting to that.
We did, but the issue is everything that I've ever done in the past, whether it's in the military where I'm like committed because it's my job and I've not given myself another option. I didn't give myself another option because I didn't do very well at school, but that was my job. I go on courses and I'm invested. I bought into it. I'm doing it. The other things that I've done, like rowing the Atlantic and then also the Yukon expedition and all those sort of things, once you start, you can't tap out. You're in it. You've got to commit. You either die or you do it. This one was slightly different, and it was painful. It was cold, but you didn't have to be there. You could see people tapping out all the time, and I knew that they'd be in a hotel room that night. So my relationship with self-doubt, I'm happy with it now because I wasn't getting paid to do it.
Right.
And actually, if I got injured doing it, I wouldn't get paid for the next X amount of months because I'm nursing an injury that doesn't allow me to work. So I was really having to dig deep and, I'd wake up in the morning in that tent with Woody. I shared a tent with this guy, Woody. My knees were screaming. Like, you've got to get out of the tent to go for a wee.
Yeah.
You've got to boil water. You've got to boil snow to eat. That takes an hour. To put the tent up, you've got to dig it in. That's an hour to make your bed, basically.
Crazy, isn't it?
And that's all eating into your time to then go out and do the distance. And you've got to do 50 kilometres every 24 hours.
It's funny you say that again. I honestly don't want to bring it back to me, but if I'm running a loop, I lose interest because you can always turn back. Whereas if I'm running somewhere, that's why I run to work every morning.
The destination.
Yeah, because you just got to do it. You got no choice,
Yeah.
and it's a decision made, isn't it? And once the decision's made, you can literally jog on. In my case, move on.
Yeah.
The row you did across the Atlantic, that was a world record-setting row, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What exactly did you do, and who did you do it with?
So there was 5 of us. We rowed from mainland Europe, Lagos in Portugal, to mainland South America, Venezuela. There was a small bit of land that stuck out.
And highs and lows emotionally and physically in that?
It was an emotional roller coaster.
Was it?
It was like the sea that we were on. It was scary, worrying, funny, annoying, painful. I got a boil on my backside.
You're allowed to get one boil
Oh,
on
that
your
one.
back side.
It was in a terrible place.
Having done all these things, right, including the service in the military, how, on a daily basis, how easy is it for you to take them with you? Because when things are over, they're over, aren't they? Do you know what I mean by that? Because you've done all these things and you think you'd be impregnable. You go out every day, literally untouchable. But that's just not the way life is.
No, you got to try and remind yourself sometimes that on the Arctic one, when I always do it on anything I do, but on the Arctic one especially, like when it was really painful and it was free, we're skiing across frozen lake minus 26 degrees, and there I am thinking this is horrendous, moaning, and then I think to myself, hang on, I've got mates that are no longer here. They didn't see the back end of their 30s, if they're early 30s, and they'd give anything to feel this.
Yeah. Because it'd mean they're alive.
Yeah, exactly. So I that's what I tap into a lot of the time.
And you had to do that in this. Basically, it wasn't a showbiz thing, but you were filming it. It was,
It wasn't going to be filmed.
Right.
It was just someone asked, "Oh, do you want it to be filmed?"
Right.
I actually was like, "Not really," because I know the nose that comes with that.
Yeah.
But there was someone who was really, really kind and said, "I'll fund the documentary side of it."
Yeah.
Crew came out and they did it, and it was a good thing because the messaging around it was really important, I thought.
I always think in those things, and I'm sure you've thought the same thing 1,000 times, is you're all doing this, but there's some camera people and sound people doing the same, filming you. How do you weigh that one?
They were good. They didn't. It was unfortunate that they couldn't be with us all the time,
right,
because some of the gold where we were in absolute clip, which means in a state. Yeah. They miss it because they weren't really there late at night. There was a couple where they did stay, and then they weren't there in the morning bits when you're literally old and waiting for your joints
warming
to
up.
kick in. Yeah. And there was some hilarious moments there, like really hilarious. There was so many things that unfortunately weren't caught, but they did put a shift in. To be fair, that the camera, the DOP, the director of photography, Danny, he probably did about 50 kilometres backwards.
Did he? I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, I know.
Our guy's holding the cameras up while we're just chatting away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you watch Alex Honnold at the weekend climb that skyscraper?
I haven't seen it, but that is mad.
It's so mad. I haven't seen it yet. My son saw it. I said, why don't you tell me it was on? He said, I didn't think you'd be interested. Well, of course we'd be interested. I love Free Solo. It's one of my favourite documentaries. So he climbs up this skyscraper in Taiwan. You know what happened?
I know, yeah.
And did you hear what happened when he got to the top, when he let go?
Oh, he had his legs wrapped around something with arms free, hands free, whatever.
Yeah, so he could get some more chalk out or something.
It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
I know. Having been in not a similar situation, but having been at the extreme limits of a human being's capability mentally and physically, can you recognise anything that he's going through similarly? Breath work. I don't know what the heck.
I can't comment on what he's done, like free soloing both things that he's done, because I absolutely hate heights and I've worked at them, but a lot of the time we've got equipment that we can call upon. But when you do dangerous things, you're that good at what you do that you are in a state of flow. In fact, if you thought about it, that's where you'll probably come unstuck.
Yeah.
So I think it's all about making sure that you are good enough at what you do.
And that whole thing about you don't practice something till you can get it right. You practice it till you can't get it wrong.
Yeah.
Even if you try to get it wrong.
Exactly.
Do you recognise that?
You can throw in a million curveballs and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You'll just adapt and react.
Yeah.
And I think that's obviously where he's at, I think. And also there's probably, I think apparently he has no, there's something going on in his mind where he doesn't get all jittery about fear, which that's something
cool,
different. Yeah.
What a thing. I still want to watch it. I want to watch it in its entirety in real time. It's like just under 2 hours.
I do, but I know it gives me the funny feeling.
We can watch together. We can hold hands. We're going to hold hands and wait for Chris Hemsworth.
From behind the sofa.
And we can order a Deliveroo. And life will be sweet, my friend. Jason, I love this. Embrace the chaos. So what takeaways, without blowing anything that's going to happen in the theatre. By the way, let me just say, Embrace the Chaos, a 22-date tour for now. Further dates will be added. jasonfox-official.com for tickets. And we're looking at Bury St Edmunds. This is all in March. Buxton, Coventry, Warrington, Kendal, Glasgow, Harrogate, Middlesbrough, Lytham, Yeovil, Cardiff, Southampton, Birmingham, Worthing, Cheltenham, Hereford, Basingstoke. Then into April, we're looking at Swindon, Guildford, Edinburgh, York and Chesterfield. So what kind of takeaways are you going to get into?
There's going to be a lot about, finding people's why, what my why looked like.
Right, tell us about the concept of why.
Why is, like, your purpose?
Yeah.
Like, what is... Like, I left the military and I lost my sense of identity, my belonging, my purpose. And I was lost for a little bit. And that's why I struggled with my mental health, why it really did spiral. And so it was about going out and finding my why. So I explain what that is. I use a diagram.
There is a diagram.
A picture paints 1,000 words.
There's no singing and dancing yet.
No.
There's no live band yet, but there is a diagram.
Yeah, it'll be like, yeah.
But
I'm really selling it, aren't I?
No, mate,
yeah,
mate.
Come to my lecture.
No, mate, but that was the no sell sell. You don't need a blimmin' diagram. I just love being in your company. Okay. I get good vibes from you, man. I get really good vibes. And the thing about the why is that, it's said because it's true. It's a cliche because it's true. You find a big enough why, you'll always find a how, and you'll find yourself in the middle of it.
You'll succeed.
Yeah, and who you are is an anagram of how you are. How you are is an anagram of who you are.
Exactly.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so cool.
You should go and do it.
No, I get up at 4 o'clock every morning.
That's your why.
Listen, I get up at 4. This is what I do. People say, people are obsessed with morning routines.
Yeah.
So I get up, right? I get up every morning. I get up at 3:40 every morning. I have to go outside. I have to find some firewood. I have to get a flint going. I have to... Oh, no, that's you, isn't it?
That's definitely not me.
I get in the shower. I have a cold shower every morning.
Mate, that's the first win, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the first win. I do a little prayer, the kindness prayer. I start from where I want to start in the river, not where yesterday left me in the river. I go back to where I want to start again. I think it's really important. Start with a smile. Just smile. Literally smile into the mirror. Say it. How often do people look in the mirror in the morning? How often do we all look in the mirror in the morning and we won't look at ourselves in the eye? Look at yourself in the eye. Tell yourself you love yourself. Give yourself a high five. Give yourself a big smile and be your own best mate at the start of the day.
Yeah. I regularly look at myself in the eye.
If I was you,
like
I wouldn't stop looking at myself. I'd be walking around with a mirror going, oh my God, I'm so gorgeous.
That's not
And I used to be in the SBS. Come on.
No, that's more. I reckon that's Hemsworth. I think he's.
That's why I'm not you, mate. That's why I'm not you. So we've done dogs. You've kayaked. How many miles you kayaked?
1,980 miles.
It's not like 5, is it?
Of the Yukon River.
Yeah, that was one trip.
It was awesome.
How is that? Because I went kayaking for, we got a kayak. We live on the river. We're very lucky. We got a couple of kayaks. And at 3 or 4 miles, my tummy muscles, they've gone, man. What was that like?
I got a funny story. So my mate who I did it with, he's canoed a few rivers, big ones. And me and him always wanted to do something. We were in the military together years before. And we were doing some training sessions, and we have special expedition kayaks that I had never really used before. But you do a bit of canoeing in the military. So before we went out, I was like, he goes, mate, you need to get some time in the boat. I'm like, mate, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I've done. I know what I'm on. Yeah, exactly. I know what I'm on about. Cockle show heroes. Anyway, we go down to Swanage Bay because we're going to do a little bit of an open. Which
is beautiful.
It is very nice, and he's got in his boat and he's paddled out. He's looking back at me. I've got into mine, and I'm like, "Oh my! It's the most unstable thing." And immediately my abs have like tensed up, and I'm like, "Oh my!" And he was laughing at me. He goes, "I told you, didn't I?"
Yeah,
I was like, "Mate, what have you done?"
They are so unstable. That's the first thing. Getting in one is hard enough, isn't it?
We ended up canoeing round to Durdledore, like Battle Beach or whatever it's called. And we've gone round, and as we've got there, the beach is out. It's the first sunny day of the year. It's packed. There's 200 people. So I'm like that, and he goes, right, mate, we just need to hit the beach, ram it up the beach, and we're good. So he's done it. I've gone in. There's loads of people watching us. So I've gone in. I've beached it. As I'm climbing out, a wave's come from behind, picked the boat up, and I've capsized in like 2 foot of water. I'm like, And this guy comes over to it. He goes, "Aren't you that bloke that was in there?" I'm like, "Shut up."
Yeah. Were you in charge of our nation's security for 20 years?
Embarrassing, yeah.
Yeah, and also, if that happens in that shallow sand, you get all the sand, where you don't want it, where the sun don't shine.
It was horrible.
It doesn't work. There's no redeeming moment in that situation, is there?
No.
And especially your SBS.
I know.
Kayak.
I know.
Durdle door.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? Oh my
Our
God.
backyard.
Terrible, man. That is so bad. That is so bad. I don't want to be your friend anymore. Jace, it's great to see you, man. I always love seeing you.
Mate, it's awesome.
I always
Thanks
look
for
forward
letting
to
me
seeing
come
you.
in.
You're such a nice fella. You're such a great human being. Right, so Who Dares Wins SS Channel 4. The girls are smashing it. They are smashing it. And all the boys said, no thanks, ta-ra, out of here.
I know.
Didn't they? I mean, and also some of the lads that you just... you would think that wouldn't be an issue for them. The mental, it's the inquisitory exam.
Yeah.
It's the, what do they call it? It's bordering on, not torture, is it? But it's like interrogation.
Oh, interrogation. Sorry.
Yeah.
Interrogation.
Pretty serious stuff.
I never found it difficult either.
Yeah.
I can't get my head
But
around
some
it.
big guys who've been through the first 7 shows tapping out on the interrogation.
I know.
Because a bit of wailing in the headphones or whatever just sends them mad. Don't need this, like you say.
They obviously don't want to go places in their heads.
Totally go places. All right, we got to go now because Emma B's on next. Can we hear it, please, for Jason Fox? Embrace the Chaos begins Embracing Emma's on Tuesday, 10th of March, runs until Thursday, 9th of April in Chesterfield. JasonFox-official.com. He's got over 5 billion hits on YouTube. Aussie Jane.
Our next guest could wax on and wax off about cars until the cows come home. Luckily for us, he's taking us along for the ride. Here with the latest motoring news, please welcome a man whose gearbox game is seriously strong. It's Matt Watson!
I didn't know. Over 5 billion views on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, that's right, 5 billion, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it when you get a billion? Do you get something? Do you get a badge or something from YouTube?
No, so you don't get badges for views, you get it for subscribers. So we've got over 10 million, so you get is it a diamond play button? But you have to pay for it, I think. No,
Do you?
I can't remember.
See, gosh, they just unbelievable. So you get your first thing. What? It's like when you get your swimming certificate, isn't it?
Exactly.
When did you get your first one?
So the first one was 100,000, and that was back in 2017.
All right.
And then we went to 1 million in about 2019. And now we've got 10 million going on for 11 million. That's just YouTube.
And just, if you look at various models as people have done, so that is it's not an exponential growth, but it's like compound growth, isn't it? Because 100,000 to 1 million, a couple of years, but then 1 million to 10 million within sort of 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
So is there a point where you sort of level off? Or?
Yeah, so it's sort of like hockey sticks and then plateaus a bit. So you get to like this kind of...
Right.
Because there's only so many people in the world that are interested in cars, so you start to run out of them.
Yeah, but new car fans are born though, aren't they, as well?
Yeah, I think there's less car fans as we're getting older. Like when I was a kid, I think more people were into cars because cars were simpler. You used to work on your car, so you'd bond to your car, and everyone sort of had to get involved with their cars.
No, you got to talk to my son. He's 16, coming on 17 in a couple of weeks' time. He and his mates, they're all over the cars.
So the contrast is my nephew,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I would be the perfect uncle if he was into cars. Doesn't care at all.
Doesn't care
at all. He's into cricket. All his mates are into cricket, sport. They live in London. Not interested in
Yeah,
cars.
no, that is interesting. It's very interesting. So, Matt, you were overthinking our show outside much more than we ever do.
No, it really was.
Because you're a YouTube expert as well as a car expert now.
Yeah.
And people come to you. Did they come to you for YouTube advice?
Some do.
Yeah.
Some do YouTube and social media advice because obviously I run the YouTube channels and the social media. I'm in charge of all of that stuff
Right.
as well as presenting it. And so I kind of know... I think I know how it works, although you're always a little bit behind because Google's always changing stuff.
Yeah.
And you sort of like, you always, whatever you do, you're behind the curve because you could plan for something and then you could change the algorithm and it's now all completely different.
And why do they keep doing that then?
Keep things fresh.
Right.
To attract as big an audience as possible and also to fight off competitors such as TikTok. So now in the past, YouTube was all about long-form videos. So videos over 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But now TikTok's come along and loads of people have moved on to this, especially the younger generation, for that short-form video. So then YouTube launches YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
And now they're increasingly promoting them. So when you go on your YouTube app, like the shorts are coming sooner. So it's crazy.
It is crazy, but you are at the vanguard of it all. And it's funny because Chris Hemsworth is on the show on Friday.
Yeah.
And he's got his own YouTube channel, and he invited Mr. Beast to his house for a masterclass in how to YouTube.
Yeah,
and it was very funny how they did it. So obviously this was at Chris's house in Australia, because in Chris's show Limitless they do a lot of stuff in his gym, and you could see from this film it was his gym in his house, if you know what that looks like, and I know what it looks like. And so Mr. Beast invited his whole team with him, and they were taken through this Chris Hemsworth 1 hour workout whilst Hemsworth is trying to get some sort of super hacks from Mr. Beast. And the more time Mr. Beast gets, obviously the less resistant he can be to giving away his secrets. It's genius.
Yes.
You know, do you look at like people like Mr. Beast thing, and can you learn from them? Because I've read all his business notes, and he's a fascinating character, isn't he?
I mean, he's all over it, and he is obviously the number one YouTuber.
Yeah.
You know, he's worth over $1 billion, because not only has he grown like his YouTube channel, but he's got like businesses attached to it, so it's this huge marketing project as well. But yeah, I mean, he is absolutely brutal in terms of planning, execution, and editing.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting. What he did was reinvest everything.
Yeah.
Everything was reinvested back in. And I don't know if you ever heard it from the early days. So he did some kind of, I think he was gifting some money to some homeless person.
That's the first thing that happened.
Yeah, do you know about that?
Yeah.
And he got given some money from a sponsor, something like 10 grand or something. And his mum was like, why don't you just keep 5 grand and give 10 grand away? And he's like, no, 5 grand doesn't sound as good as 10 grand.
Yeah.
It's going to go bigger if I have 10 grand.
Yeah.
And he's got that mentality of really reinvesting.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? It's an amazing thing. But 5 billion views for you on YouTube, I mean, congratulations, mate. That is awesome. And that's only going to grow, because it's not like viewing figures on TV. You know, a show is watched and there's the figure. And, you know, if it doesn't do well, it stays like that forever. Whereas on YouTube, even if your first film only has 1 viewer, it's going to have 2.
Yeah.
Then it'll have 3. Same with Netflix. Same with all the streamers. You know all this, of course you do. It's absolutely fascinating. Now, over the weekend, I saw the brand new Richard Hammond review of the Porsche Taycan, the EV, and that dropped on Sunday. And by Monday morning, it had 250,000 views. And it's a really good review. And I'm thinking, oh, God, this is what Matt does. Oh, right, okay. And Rich is very good at it, because that's how he started. And then they started doing the funny stuff on Top Gear. And then that took over the cars. And this is back to the cars. And there aren't enough great car reviews in the world. Oh, my gosh, this is fantastic. And it's a really good review. Who's going to tell Matt, right? And then I'm researching you yesterday thinking, oh, it's okay, because you're working with him.
Yes.
Thank God for that, so we can talk about... There is no elephant in the room.
No.
All right. So how did you get together with Richard Hammond?
So Richard's doing this thing called Scribehound. So he's got a bunch of like motoring experts, from engineers to presenters like Vicky Butler Henderson and stuff, Ed China from Wheeler Dealers, and
the American you, what's his name?
Jason Camissa.
Yeah.
I mean, he's brilliant. I mean, he's such a great writer, and if you're really into like storytelling about cars, he's...
You and he are very similar, though.
I don't know. I think he is much more considered and well presented.
No, but that's because you're you, and that's one of the reasons. But I love you, because you're the opposite.
Bit loose.
No, you're so modest. No, you're as good as him in a different way, but together you riff so well together.
Yeah, I mean, he's really good, really interesting, and he's a proper car guy. I mean, he's such an anorak. At the moment, he's rebuilding some old VWs and spending loads of time and money. I mean, you know what it's like if you're into cars.
Yeah.
It's just a money pit, isn't it?
But he and Hammond, I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just met Ellie outside, our boss.
Yes.
She's bought 3 cars off the back of your...
I know, she's just bought a Hyundai Santa Fe based on my review, because I really like that car.
It's a great looking car.
And she went bold. She went for the orange. You can get this orange
I know,
colour.
I've seen it. It's
Yeah,
a
lovely.
stunning car, isn't
Yeah.
it? And I bought 2 cars off the back of your reviews as well, you know that. And I sort of bought a 3rd car off the back of our conversation, but we won't talk about that one.
Yes.
You did similar.
Yeah,
We're not talking about that one.
Can we say what kind of car it is?
No,
though?
we absolutely cannot.
Okay.
No, we can't.
Basically, we both bought the same brand, but he had to outbuy me.
I didn't have to.
Yeah.
I accidentally...
But you did, though.
But I didn't mean to. This was over Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Like going to goading each other on things that we don't actually need, but we ended up with.
The thing about Richard's gang, because you're in his gang now.
Yeah, Scribehound it's called. I should say it's called Scribehound. It's brilliant. You can go subscribe to it and you get loads of exclusive content.
It is absolutely fantastic. Does it cost anything to subscribe?
Yeah, so I don't know the financials.
Whatever. But if you like your cars and you really like people who know what they're talking about, and there's someone for everyone there, not there? And Richard has Drive Tribe, and this is a derivation of what's going on with Drive Tribe. But Hammond has just started dropping these videos, and Matt's been doing it forever. If you want a decent car and you're worried about it, what's it like? You've probably reviewed it, haven't you?
Yeah, on CarWow. Check out CarWow. Just Google, go onto YouTube, put in CarWow. I mean, if you search by the name of a car, my video will probably come up most likely.
Honestly, I bought 2 cars off the back of Matt's review.
Are you happy with them though?
Really, really. I mean, probably.
Good.
Stunningly happy with them.
That could have been awkward.
Yeah, I actually bought one off the back of one of your reviews, and then sold that and bought my current car, which is a Skoda Superb Sportline. You know that?
Yeah, great car.
It's an amazing car. Amazing car. Right now, you're also doing something else, which I watched on. This is funny because he's grimacing, but this is actually what he's on to talk about. Yeah. And I've never really had a guest that's reluctant to talk about what they're on to talk about. But that's sort of where this is going. Because you're nothing if not vulnerable.
Very vulnerable.
But we know that fragility and vulnerability, what do they call it? What is it called? Daring greatly or something? Brené Brown says something to dare. This is what you're doing. You're going where you shouldn't go, and you've actually gone there, haven't you?
All I know is who dares wins, Rodney.
Yeah, I think it's daring greatly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're daring greatly to become a Japanese car importer.
Yeah, so basically I've become a car dealer.
Yeah. Sort of a car. You've made it hard for yourself.
I'm essentially what I did a video for my own personal YouTube channel, importing some Japanese cars. I love Japanese cars. Yeah. So I imported Japanese cars.
More than most other people it would
Yeah, I've got a little bit of a problem. I've got a lot of Japanese cars. So I imported one through this company. They helped me out. And I thought, this is easy, right? And it's a bit like, when you go to a restaurant and you have some food and you think, well, that must be easy to cook. Then you try and do it yourself, buying all the ingredients, spending the time doing it, the timing of getting it all out of the oven at the same time, all this kind of stuff you don't realise. And when you do the maths, while you might have got the ingredients for cheaper, all the time, all the other bits, like the little bits of spices you need to buy, it's worked out way more expensive than I thought to do it.
I think it's called business, isn't it?
It's called business. And didn't you warn me and said, listen, just stick to the presenting, Matt. I wouldn't get involved with this.
I didn't say stick to the presenting. I just said be careful. Is what I said. Because you said I think I want to start buying and selling cars, and what you've ended up doing is buying cars.
I buy cars. So I'm really, really good at buying cars. I'm not so good at selling them for two reasons. One, as a motoring journalist, I just say what I think about this car.
Yeah.
So I'll be telling people the bad points about this car they're wanting to buy from me as well. And then there's the other thing. I like to have the cars. I like to look at them all lined up, which is a bit of a problem.
And now JDM is a really famous acronym in the car world. It means Japanese Domestic Market. Yeah. But you've got your own JDM going on, haven't you?
Yeah, Japanese Dream Machines is the name of the company. I'm learning as I go. I've basically bought in, I think I've got 16 cars in total. I've sold 6 so far. The problem with
How long?
9 months.
9 months.
But there's a reason.
And how many followers do you have? How many subscribers do you have?
Yeah, this sounds really bad. On my own channel, 1.5 million.
Right. And in episode, it's a great show.
Shut up, Chris.
It's a great show. In episode 1, right, he's so confident, and you have to be confident. Confidence is king, isn't it?
Yeah. This is not looking confident now, though.
he says, look, here's the first one. Here's my first Jiminy. It's going to be great. You can actually email me direct. Here's my email address if you want to buy it.
Yeah.
And then
tumbleweed.
But one guy pitches up.
Yeah.
In the end.
Yeah.
God bless him.
Yeah. Friend of a friend, though.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Friend of a friend.
Right. And so you think, well, there you go. We're
Easy.
unstuck.
Yeah.
The glue has melted.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then what happened?
Months went by, and then I realised that just having this website that is hidden down somewhere in Google is no good, even if you've got this marketing engine of a YouTube channel. Right. Interestingly, a lot of the people that have come along and seen the cars go, look, no idea who you are, mate, but my son says you're a bit of a big thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
Don't know who you are, though, mate. So that has. It's
No, but
quite
it's all going to help, though, isn't it? And in the end, you put them on CarWow.
Yeah.
For 15 quid a month or whatever.
Oh, this is the thing. So CarWow does used cars. So I list them on CarWow, and then that's when we start getting, when you've got a proper business behind it promoting it.
This is hilarious.
And I work for CarWow.
And you work.
I'm a car reviewer, right?
Matt for 10 years, 20 years, has been saying, if you want to sell your car, go to CarWow.
Yeah.
He
It's
starts
not
to
the
sell
same-
cars. He doesn't put them on CarWow.
No, Chris, it's not this. That sounds. No, you're making me sound even stupider than I actually am, Chris. So individuals can sell their cars on CarWow. So if you just want to sell your car rather than have people come around your house, but businesses, okay. But
So how
I should
come
have
you
known
can
before, to be
Yeah,
fair.
so how come you can put them on in the end then?
Because I did know about the business side, but I kind of got way late.
Anyway, look, it's cool. The fact is you're doing it. And it's
I'm
cool.
doing it, and I am starting to sell them. One of the problems is though is
Yeah.
that they're coming from Japan,
Yeah.
right? So you think you've got to sell, and you've got a couple of sales lined up, and everything's looking good. So you then order more, knowing that they're going to take 3 months to come through,
Yeah.
and so you end up like when these sales fall through, realising you've invested in these other cars.
Yeah,
which
you're
are all
long
about-
on. You're long on cars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Very long.
But
on
you do
cars.
have a very cool storage centre, don't you?
what?
You have a very cool storage centre.
Yeah, well, sort of. It's like used to keep bombs.
Yeah, I know. It's a silo.
Yeah,
It's an
silo.
actual silo at Bicester Heritage Centre.
So not Bicester Heritage Centre. It's a place called Hafer Park, which
sorry.
used to be an old US air base. And
Is it
they
near
used-
Bicester?
Yeah, it's near Bicester.
Sorry.
And there's actually one of the bunkers, they used to keep nuclear weapons there.
Yeah, and there are other. You have bunker neighbours.
Yeah,
you have silo neighbours.
Yeah, with people. There's other people keeping their cars in there as well. There's lots of people storing cars away from their
But
partners.
what's funny though is the people who have rented silos and are running storage businesses have made more money than Matt trying to sell cars.
Yes, yeah.
The car storage business is a good.
Yeah, it's good, and so I probably should have gone for that, but I'd have just ended up filling it with my own cars, which is sort of what's happening because now I've got some of my own cars in my storage unit as well.
So funny. This is what happens with us. This is what happens
It's
with
a
us.
habit. It's a habit.
It's not a habit. It's an addiction.
Yeah, it is.
It's a problem. Matt is a TV. No, he's a car addict with a TV problem or something like that.
Yes.
It's the other way around, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now you do have a website. Congratulations. That's also a good idea. So well done. In the end, you've got the website going on, which is fantastic. And I went on it last night.
Yeah.
And you've gone from Jiminy's and you've upscaled to Toyota Land Cruisers.
Yes, so I thought
Which are stunning.
They're amazing. So
Yeah.
basically, I need to tell you about this. So I only buy cars that I like.
Yeah.
So it is easier to sell because I can just be truthful about the car. So it's cars that I own or would want to own.
Right.
And so I've gone from the normal Jimny to now the 4-door Jimny, which you can't get in the UK.
Yeah.
It's lovely. It's like a little G-Wagon, little Mercedes
Yeah.
G-Wagon. And now I found out that Toyota in other markets sell this old school style Land Cruiser.
But it's new.
But it's new.
Yeah, so the Land Cruiser started again, hasn't it?
Yeah, so in the UK we get this new one, which is kind of
Reimagined.
well, the new one in the UK is more like, although it's a proper off-road, it's a bit like the new Land Rover Defender
Yeah,
in
it's
that way.
not as nice as the Santa Fe, bizarrely.
Yeah, no,
Sorry, we're getting very car-y now.
Yeah.
But I first saw it in the States in 2024.
The 76, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But your Japanese one ain't that one.
No.
It's cool. It's really cool.
It's like a 1970s one, but it's new. Even inside, like the dials for like the climate control, it's like a slider. It's like an old slider. I mean, it's a hardcore vehicle. So I've got some of those, and they've just landed in the UK.
Have you sold any?
What do you reckon? But I have two different colours. I have a black one, which I
know.
like, and I've got a beige one, which I can look at.
Safari sand, kind of.
Actually.
Sahara sand.
Yes, that's right. We do have inquiries on them, and I have got people's names down, but I haven't
By
got
the way,
deposits.
our audience is a pretty fancy audience
Yeah.
when they want to be. Our audience is the audience for these cars.
Check them out, right? Japanese.
Where do they go? Where do they go?
JapaneseDreamMachines.co.uk. They're on there. Have a look at them. You will love them.
They are absolutely gorgeous. Says here, Rob Gill, the motors editor from The Sun downstairs,
Yeah.
The Sun newspaper, says there's Clarkson, there's May, there's Hammond, and then there's Matt Watson. It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Thanks, Rob. I did pay him.
Do you know Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool, isn't he? I'm excited about you and Hammond getting together. You're going to do anything, on camera together?
Yeah, hopefully. I've already done something on his Drive Tribe channel, and he's in my next video coming out as well, because I try and sell him one of these Jimneys. I thought, Richard likes
How did
school
that
cars.
go?
I didn't sell him one. And even worse, his daughter...
Too big for him.
Well, even worse, his daughter Izzy just completely slated the car.
Yeah, and she's
Izzy, leave it
she's
alone.
pretty big news now as well.
Yeah, she put it on Instagram, goes, is this car rubbish?
I think.
Thanks, Izzy.
Rich talked about cars in the latest video he's done, the Porsche Taycan video, he has this really interesting point about the fact that COVID basically killed off new car sales. First of all, there's a backlog with all the microchips, and then the second-hand car sales market went through the roof. And by the way, by second-hand I mean 6 months old to 3 years old. Those cars were going for way above what they cost. You know, this same with boats, same with lots of things, wasn't it? Bicycles, this kind of thing. And then he said it's funny because what happened was we got out of that because of COVID. We got out of the habit of buying new cars, and we haven't restarted again because we've all now realised new cars are so good they last for years. And it's fun. Now it's a bit like that Ashton Kutcher speech where he won that Teenage Choice Award, and he said smart is the new sexy. You know what is now sexy about cars is getting a great one and looking after it for a long time. You know, and owning a car for almost for a lifetime, beginning that journey again. You know, my dad had this car for 30 years, 35 years. It's cool, but we couldn't break the habit. But COVID has served as a circuit breaker. However, having said that, he's now saying that the reason the EV car market might go through the roof is because that technology now has accelerated because of all this research into battery power and all this kind of stuff, which is what happens in crisis. You know, when there's a war, technology R&D goes through the roof because it's going to save your life and stop, you know, the baddies taking over. And it's very similar with the cars. And so he says they're coming back. And the only reason I'm saying all this is I'm so excited for you and for him and for what you're doing together, because I think you're at the beginning, not the middle, definitely not the end of anything. I think you're at the beginning of a whole new phase of the car world.
Yeah, so this is interesting with electric cars. At first, there's this transition period where, I mean, there are things that people like me, like petrol heads, love about the internal combustion engine car. And EVs don't provide that at the moment in terms of fun, right? But engineers, they solve problems, and they will make these electric cars fun. And the capability and what you can do with electric power, like torque vectoring, so you can make different wheels go at different speeds, cars spin on the spot, do all kinds of crazy stuff. It's going to be exciting to see what they can achieve. And with the battery technology, when it gets improved, the batteries get smaller and the range gets further. Like you say, we're at the
happening right now.
We're at the beginning. You know, it's a little bit like, you know, what was it Henry Ford said? If you know. People would still be on horses.
No, he said if you ask the customer what they want...
Yeah, they'd want another faster horse.
They want a faster horse.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they want. And vinyl's back now, so there's always going to be a place for the combustion engine.
Exactly.
You know, it's so exciting, man. I'm excited for you.
Do you know what? I remember ages ago going to the launch of the first time they brought the Tesla Model S into the UK and seeing this motor that was about that big that could produce all this power, and then thinking about the engine in my old Porsche 911 996 with all its hoses and all these pistons moving up and down, just thinking that's just mental.
Yeah. So much can go wrong.
So much can go, and all this thing to produce this power, yet this little thing the size of like a dustbin, like a kind of that you'd have in your bathroom, can produce as much power. And if you think about it, an internal combustion engine is not really much of an advancement over the steam engine. It's still air pushing a piston.
Yeah.
You know, it's a bit cyberpunk.
It is cyberpunk. Matt, is there anything else you'd like to get out today? You want to sell some cars?
Head to japanesedreammachines.co.uk, or if you want to sell your own car, go to CarWow, it's just easier.
Yeah, but you're still in the thick of everything, aren't you?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I love it.
Okay, don't get too busy, man.
Yeah, I probably will do.
Yeah, don't get too busy. Save a bit for yourself. It's very important. We only ring the bell when we get a legend in the building. Today, it doesn't get any better than our next guest. Bring on the legend, Diego!
Our next guest is quite literally the greatest show woman. This singing sensation's non-musical dramatic role in Mrs. President had its big opening last night in the West End. So please welcome the brilliant, the talented, the rather special Keala Settle!
I can't believe you're sitting opposite me.
I can't believe I'm here this morning either.
Oh, gosh, you're the best
How
ever.
Are you?
We're very well... I'm going to ring the bell again. Legend. Just that's
so
it.
lovely.
Absolute legend. And you had your opening night last night, and you've still come to see us.
Absolutely.
All right, so embrace the chaos.
Yeah.
That's yesterday's guest.
Babe, that's every day.
No, so we're at the Charing Cross Theatre, aren't we? Of course we are. Mrs. President. Opening night last night. How was it?
It was so great. great. I've been so excited to do this production only because it's another way of storytelling, and a
Yeah.
lot of people, if probably not all of them, have never seen me do a production unless I'm singing.
Yeah.
And I'm not singing in it.
Are you tempted to burst out into
Not at all. Not at all. Only because it's so dense. It's a one-act play, and it's just. And even if you didn't know who Mary Todd Lincoln was,
Yeah.
it's very much going along the lines of how we deal with kind of like grief and where it takes us, because grief never leaves us and we learn how to walk with it, and also trying to figure out who we are in this world without other people telling us where we need to go.
Yeah, and you've had your own experience of that. One of the reasons you were drawn to the play was because you recognise something
So
that was
much,
going on.
so
So
much.
much.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating story. It's a 75-minute performance. There's no interval. It cracks right along. I haven't seen it, but I'd love to go and see
Come on,
it.
then.
And you had previews last week, and you don't do. You seem to, right? You seem to not do nerves. I know, but we've all seen the clips and the videos and the films of you just smashing it wherever you go.
You're so kind.
Do you get nervous?
I mean, if I do, I think it just gets filtered into whatever I'm doing.
So the answer's no.
It's just, well, no, not at all. I do get nervous, but it doesn't matter because I use it as fuel for
Yeah.
whatever I'm doing.
That's what I mean, that conversion. That's a very...
Have to.
it's a-
You know that.
Well, yeah, but you still... I suppose if you've got it, that's the thing, isn't it? If you've got it down and you've done the work and then you let yourself go, isn't it?
This is it.
So you put all the groundwork in. It's like a kid studying for their exam. You learn and you learn and you learn. You try and learn it backwards. You learn it not until you can't get it, till you get it right, but till you can't get it wrong. And then you almost forget about it. And then you free yourself and you I don't know. Is that
It is.
about
It's
it?
a lot of it is just surrender. You know, it's just
Surrender.
kind of like, look, you've got all the information that you can get, and everything else is an unknown variable. So
Yeah.
you just kind of have to go in with what you've got. It's
Right.
like, you know, taking your surfboard, going into the ocean,
Oh, gosh.
going into the ocean and going, okay, well, here we go. I hope I don't die.
We've
You know,
got
I've got
Chris
what I need.
Hemsworth on the show on Friday,
Oh,
who does
yeah,
that, doesn't
yes.
he? He's a better surfer than he's an actor, and he's a pretty darn good actor. Wow.
Yeah.
But you not singing, it's amazing. And, no, it is amazing. Because if I had your voice, your lungs, I just would sing all the time.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
You don't know me. I would, right? We had Max Whitlock on the show, right? Max Whitlock, who's an Olympian gymnast, right? And he can backflip in his sleep. And if I was him, I would just go and queue in post offices and just backflip and just walk out.
Yeah, but he wouldn't, would he?
No, he wouldn't.
See?
He wouldn't. No, I know. But then, you know. Look, so people who don't know, we're talking about Abraham Lincoln's wife, aren't we?
Yes.
Mrs. President.
Yes.
1860s?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
so
actually sort of spans her life.
Right.
A little, for
Okay.
like, not all of it, but most of it. in
Right,
that
so
time period.
obviously Abraham Lincoln, amazing story. So many films have been made about him. I was going through the filmography of him, and she's in all of them. You know, so there's loads of research. I bet you had fun researching.
Well, I mean,
this.
oh yeah, because I think a lot of people don't recognise that they really were best mates
Yeah.
in everything.
And then because she courted a sort of. She didn't she? She courted.
She took a break from him
One
and then
of-
courted someone else.
one of his political competitors.
Because
She was just checking.
Yes, oh my gosh, yeah.
So she's quite a character, wasn't she?
She really was,
She came
she
from
really
loads
was.
of money.
She did. She was actually like a second generation American.
Yeah, she was
Scottish.
she was already a celeb in her own right, almost,
Yeah,
wasn't she? Because
sort of.
she was a
but
very.
anyone was who was, you know, trying to go into
Yeah.
this new world and you know,
Right, so
set
they
it up.
hooked up, and like you say, they were best mates, they were partners. She was always by his side. What else
Always.
have you found out about her that you brought into the role?
A lot of it has been not only were they together for a lot of the, you know, political ideologies that they had together, and also the way he was trying to run the country at the time, because the country was trying to divide.
Yeah.
It was in a civil war,
Yeah.
and they lost together 2 children before she lost him.
Mm-hmm.
And then after she lost him, I believe she lost another child.
She did.
And the only child that she had remaining, because of pressures from his best mates, successfully put her into had her sectioned.
Yeah, for
in
3
an
months.
asylum. Yeah.
In this insane asylum.
Yeah, because his mates were telling him, look, it doesn't look good because your mum looks nuts. You should probably put her in an asylum.
Yeah, and then she came out of that, and she sort of didn't she go back to a place where she used to stay with her sister, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think towards the end,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
What a fascinating woman. I mean,
She never gave up.
She never gave up. And your play isn't sort of it's not some kind of pedestrian sort of recollection.
No,
of
you've got to
history.
come in and buckle up.
Yeah, you've got to come in because
When you come in,
Right.
you need to make sure you've gone to the loo.
yeah.
Gone to the loo, had your wee, had your drinky, whatever you need, had your bevy, and just buckle up and tuck
Wow. I mean, what a
Yeah.
sell that is,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
And so this is a story about a meeting between her and a famous celebrity photographer in the 1860s.
in. Yeah, it's almost like an Annie Leibovitz of his time, but like
amazing.
way more than that. He was also sort of coined back in the US, sort of the father of photojournalism, because at the time the Civil War was going, and President Lincoln had given him permission to take photographs on the ground. And so he was taking photographs of all of these wounded and killed soldiers,
Yeah.
and then moving their bodies to sort of put them in some sort of pose before rigor mortis set in, and was taking these shots. Also, he had assistants with him doing this all the time. So a man with a big ego,
Right.
who was trying to get every man and his dog into his studio. He had both the Confederacy and the Union generals who were both at war in his studio.
Wow.
He had the brother of the basically assassin of President Lincoln in his studio. So it's like he didn't really care. He just wanted to get whoever was kind of like
No
famous.
shame.
Yeah. Just get him in. Get him in.
He
Get
was
him in.
sort of he was a more organised sort of solo paparazzi in a way.
Very much so.
Well,
And
they came to him because
they did, or
Right.
he would go to them. And it was kind of like if you came into New York, because he was also, mind you, in the same building at the very top of P.T. Barnum.
Wow.
Who was on the bottom, the ground floor and the first floor. So it was like,
Which
it
gets
was
us
just
back-
this
which
building
is-
of ego. So
Which
it's like,
gets us to the great show. I mean, that's where that gets us.
I know, it's so funny because his photo's on the wall in our set. And I'm like looking at it going, I just can't get away from it, can I? That's all right.
But
That's
you
all
don't.
right.
I mean, you don't really want to, do you? I mean, there's other.
As if.
Why would you? Why would you want to do that? We went into a very deep rabbit hole yesterday.
Oh,
Great
did
Showman.
you?
Oh, yeah. Because all week I've been watching you, Chris Hemsworth, in between Mr. Beast, because the kids want to watch Mr.
yeah.
Beast. So all that's going on. But this sounds fascinating. So they did meet, but this is a fictional meeting, isn't it? This is a fictional situation.
It's based on a real life
Sounds amazing.
introduction that they both had, because she did sit for him a couple of
And
times.
so is it based in his studio then?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the whole thing in his studio, which is why it's a 75-minute straight run.
And a lot of it, I'm just going to give this away.
Why not?
You don't really know if you're watching, like, real stories that could have happened, or if you're watching it from his perspective and his mind, or if you're watching it from her perspective and her mind.
And how famous? I mean, clearly she was as famous as you can have been.
Well, she's clearly famous enough now that there's two productions going on at the same time, completely different productions.
And because the other one's a comedy, isn't it?
Yes, and I can't wait to see it. You know what I mean?
And the lady who's playing her in that has won the Tony for this.
They
thing.
did. Their name is Mason Alexander Park at the moment. The original person that wrote it and starred in it, their name is Cole Escola, and it's come here.
But that can be more different from the one you're doing.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Apparently,
I'd really love to see it.
She plays a boozy wannabe. Apparently, that's.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay. It's great.
No idea.
And so, celebrity then, celebrity now. What did you take from? Because I'm reading this book at the moment called 1929, which is all about the stock market crash, and it's all about history doesn't repeat, human beings do. We repeat our behaviour. And so, have you recognised?
You're getting deep this early in the morning.
Oh, we can go deeper.
That's fantastic.
I'm here till 10.
Love that. Yeah.
By the way, we're live. You can watch this. We're live on the Virgin
Fantastic.
Radio app.
Keep it coming.
Yeah. So give us a bit of that. Give us a bit of parallels to then and now, and your experience and her
It
experience.
is humans, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
It really, really
yeah.
is.
We don't learn anything. We learn.
Well, we do, and then we just forget and go back.
Well, what happens is we learn within our lifetimes, but then we don't pass it on to the to the next generation, or if we try, they don't want to know because we're old and they're young and they think, what do they know?
That's always what it is.
Yeah, and it's always been the same, hasn't it? That's why the story of the pyramids is lost and all this kind of stuff. Anyway,
then maybe we're flawed. That's the. I mean.
Oh God, yeah, we're flawed. You know,
in that regard.
I think Jesus says, doesn't he? Bring your fallen and your flawed in the Bible. I mean, that's how all that story is.
This is great. I could sit here all day with this. Carry on, everyone. You were saying?
Is this what you expected? Give us a few parallels then between your experience of celebrity and what you.
For me, this script, I immediately when I read it I was like, please don't give the script to anyone else because I love it so much. I have had the privilege and honour and I might start crying just because I'm tired. Steady on, everyone. I have had the privilege and honour to live so many different versions of life. I'm sure you're well aware in your own life. And to be able to come through the other side, whether or not I wanted to, and to try and understand what that meant, not just for me, but for everyone else that's around me, because I'm just that person. And a lot of that is moving here as well, to understand my father's side of the family and what that means to me and why I act a certain way. Because in the US, I would act that certain way and it was deemed odd or something. And yet when it's here, it's the norm, stuff like that. And just understanding how I operate and why I operate like that. And all the people that I've come into contact with that have influenced my life enough to operate in the way that I operate. And in this script, as I was reading it, there were so many parallels for me. When I started, I'll tell you this, when I started doing that famous YouTube clip that everyone has seen, I had lost my mother a few months prior to that and had not been able to cope with it. And everything that you see in that song is just grief. And so it's taken me from that point, probably up until this year, to be able to understand what all of that is. And this play has been a godsend for me in that regard. And to also understand that when my mother passed away, because I did all of this beautiful stuff, like the Broadway careers, the television stuff, the film stuff, just to get her upset because she wanted me to be a recording artist. I mean, she was very much like you. She's like, why aren't you singing every morning? I don't understand. Because my mother was a singer and she wanted to have.
She's also a Kiwi. That was a Kiwi you were doing.
Yes, that's right. My mum was a Maori. She's
and your dad's from Oldham, just so we put you in the frame.
Yeah, my dad's from Oldham.
Her dad is from Oldham.
Sorry. Marlborough Road. Thank you very much.
And you were born in Hawaii and brought up in Louisiana. But anyway.
All over the place. Yes, I know. It's a lot. The book's coming out later. It's fine. But to be able to read a piece of theatre and to relate to it so much on so many levels, in the sense that, going through Showman and walking into this industry, as we all know, there is a way and a truth and a light that the industry begs you to go down for the good of everyone. And some people can do that, and I realised that I couldn't, and I got very down on myself and didn't know how to cope with that. And I've spent a lot of time in different countries trying to learn how to do that, and it meant I had to do a lot of work on myself, which we talked about earlier, and I will continue to until the day I die, and I'm happy to, because it's the greatest journey ever to understand, who I am and why I do things, why I don't do things, and to include as many people as I can, because that's the only way that I'm going to learn anything at all. And this play is just the pinnacle of it.
I was a mess yesterday watching that blimmin' video again, right? But now when I watch it, I'm going to be even more of a mess.
Yeah, I didn't want to do, I literally did not want to do it, because I had this whole career that I did only to just make my mother upset, which I successfully did. And then she passed away on the night that we opened Waitress in Cambridge, in the state of Massachusetts. And I literally went home that night saying, I don't have to do this anymore, but I don't know what to do, because I'd lost my identity.
And didn't your mum plan for what she wanted all the kids to do?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't they all do that?
Oh, yeah. I was supposed to be a recording artist.
Yeah.
I had a brother that was supposed to be either a doctor or a lawyer. He's not.
Oh, that.
I was supposed to. We had to have someone in the family that worked in the airline, so my mum and dad had free flights anywhere.
Did that work out?
It actually did.
Okay.
Not to my sister's joy, but, you know, that's
All right.
what we were told to do.
Yeah.
We had to have, I said, a doctor, a lawyer, and someone who could look after them in their health. And to be fair, that is very much an immigrant experience for us. For both of them. They were, I mean, come on, man. Marlborough Road, Royton and New Zealand, and they all go to Hawaii.
How did they end up in Hawaii? I mean, who wouldn't want to go to Hawaii?
This is going to be such a great show. I hope everyone's tuning in. My dad became... There's laughing. I can hear it. There's laughing in there.
Because we loved you, innit? We didn't think we could love you anymore. But guess what? We do!
My father became a member of the Mormon Church.
Shut the front door.
Pick your jaw up, in Rochdale.
Wow.
And then ended up going to a Mormon college, which is now a Mormon university in Hawaii. And they basically gave him a 3-month visa because his grades were poo. Bless him. I mean, he was selling frames in Tommy Field's Market, and then he went and sold toilets, and then he was like selling insurance, and he's like, I don't want this.
He was having a go.
He was.
Yeah.
And he said, I really want to try and do this thing because one of his relatives had also joined that church in New Zealand because my auntie had gone. Anyway, long story short, he got a visa and they were like, look, they're giving you a 3-month visa. You have 3 months to get your grades up at this random university in the middle of the nowhere, South Pacific.
In Hawaii?
Yes. And if
Who
you
doesn't
don't
want
do
to go
it...
to university
Exactly.
in Hawaii?
It's like, we'll do anything.
We're sending you to Hawaii. Okay.
Don't do it. All right, fine. Yeah, exactly. And so they're like, if you don't get your grades up, you're going back. And the second he touched down,
what an
it was
incentive.
like, he was like, yeah, exactly.
I'm going to work so hard.
He did.
And is that where you had to learn Maori in secret?
No, I didn't. I mean, it wasn't really in secret. It was always our lives.
Right.
You know, my mother was so desperate to hold on to it because I think when she realised when she got to not only the United States, but the continental United States, which is so different from Puerto Rico or Hawaii or Alaska.
By the way, one state's so different to the next. It's
Exactly.
let alone, you know.
There was none of that really existed at the time, and so it was. But she kept it in the home as much as she could because that was her life, you know of course, it was ingrained in us. But then you step out your door and everyone's like, hey, girl, what are you guys doing? And it was just went all out the window. And so you just kind of like, you have all of this te reo, like Maori language in the back of your mind. But you have to hold on to it, but it's useless to you out in the real world.
And then you went to a French-speaking part of the US, is that right?
I did. I started learning French at age 7.
No wonder you were confused. I mean, it's allowed, isn't it? It's allowed.
You've done your research, haven't you?
I do like to respect the guests. I think it's really important. I think it's really
Right,
important.
you're so lovely to do that.
How fluent were you in French in the end?
Not that great. Please don't say that. We actually have an assistant that's working with us who is Swiss.
Tu as un assistant français?
Oui.
Okay, let's leave it there. I think that was all right. That's fair enough.
It was great. But I studied it for 15 years.
Wow.
But that doesn't mean anything unless you can actually speak it fluently. I can understand quite a bit of it.
Yeah, I like it. I like French. I think it's much easier to
beautiful.
understand than speak. Wow.
You've done such great research.
Well,
love.
I love you. When we only invite people on the show who we like. Right.
So kind.
You're going to start crying again.
Yeah, I am. Well, it's just because I'm tired. Everyone calm down. But a lot of it too.
All our guests are coming tired. It's fantastic for views.
It's just the thing of we are so busy in this world. We go so fast because we've prescribed ourselves to it. We just keep going and going and going and going and going.
You learn not to. Can I just tell you that?
I know, because I'm learning not to. But as you learn not to, and you can agree with me on this, you realise the division. And
it's night and day.
It is night and day, but also you are happily wanting to continue to connect, and it's almost like come over to this side. You'll actually get to. I know.
You can't because we didn't go over. Matt Watson was on earlier. He's younger than me, and I said, Matt, just be careful you don't do too much. And I can hear myself saying that, and I can hear other blokes that said that to me when I was young. I was like, shut up, I don't care.
Yeah.
Go away, old man.
You just have to live the life.
You have to live the life, and the whole thing about me doing research for you is because do one thing at a time. You know, we've got you on today, and we got Chris on Friday. So I spent all yesterday getting, you know, settled and Hemsworth up because I wanted, because it's cool. Let's just do this thing properly. That's the way to do it, isn't it?
It's the only way for me.
And so obviously taking that with you on stage and really you immerse yourself anyway. It's so interesting what you say about that film, about the great, you know, the This Is Me film on The Greatest Showman, because that does move you beyond anything that's in that song.
It moves me. Even when I sing it, it's still.
And now you've told, because clearly we know as human beings, we don't know what we know, but we know something. We just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And when I watched that film for the first time, I was just gone, and I thought, what is this about? And clearly, all that, the situation you were going through, the situation the cast and crew were going through, the situation, what's his name, the boss, the lead guy,
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. With the stitches in his nose, and
So you know about his?
Yeah. And the kid who saves the show because he was singing all the Hugh Jackman songs, and there was so much going on in that room. And even on a video on your phone, it comes across because life is magic.
It really is when we tune into it.
Yeah.
And it's when I allow myself to tune into it that I can actually benefit from it.
Well, because only then do you
and I'm my worst enemy.
Yeah, but only then do you welcome the power of all this,
everything,
to channel into your performance.
I have to.
Yeah, and then when it's no good, it's because you're closed and you're not allowing that.
No.
And you can close down your sadness, but unfortunately, it's the same portcullis that closes down all
everything.
Other emotions.
Yes. It really is the thing of staying as vulnerable, as scary as that is. It's so scary to actually walk into a space. I mean, it's scary to walk into here and go, look.
Every morning, 6:30. I'm like, not again.
Post run. Oh, here we go. Another day. Don't know what's going to happen. But it is that thing of going, I have to continue to remain open with the fear, with everything that I've got.
All right, okay.
You know what I mean?
Pause, right?
Yeah.
So now that we know all that, what the heck happened on stage last night? How was that? How did all? I bet it was amazing. If you're in this kind of mood and you've got this kind of material from an Oscar-nominated producer or whoever it is, what the heck? What was it like? I bet the response was unbelievable, wasn't it?
It is. It's unbelievable every night. Every night.
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
Who doesn't want to go and see this? It's amazing. It's amazing. Mrs. President, charingcrosstheatre.co.uk.
Yeah.
What do you know when you're on stage? Can you think we're nailing this, or can you not even?
What happens is when I go on stage, because this is how my culture is and how I'll always be. I've never seen my mother since she's passed away. And every now and then, throughout my life, up until this point, I've felt bits of her, bits and pieces. And a lot of that is because I need to live my life. And if she comes in, she comes in. If she doesn't, she doesn't. And I believe in that. Every night I get on that stage, she's there.
Where?
Right here.
Really?
Every single time.
She got your back?
She got everything.
Right.
Everything. If I need to look out into the audience, I know that she's out there.
She got free flights?
Well, she can go anywhere at this point, can't she? She get free everything, free eyeballs, free eyesight, free. I mean, everything. She's good to go. She's set, but she's with me every night.
So in a way, there was a bit of rebellion against your mum.
A bit.
Okay, but clearly you didn't despise her. You loved her, and she's on stage every night. That's a very interesting dynamic.
Well,
isn't
yeah,
it?
but I also had to get to that.
Right.
I had you. I mean, you know that. I had to get to a point where I had to just and going. She only knew what she knew. She just left New Zealand, which is, for people who live there, not a lot, to go to this other country where it's like an American dream. I mean, it still shocked her that when we got off when she was making these kids, that we weren't blonde hair and blue-eyed.
Right.
She was like, I thought that came with the gig.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, mate, that's not what happens. Do you know what I mean? That was that struggle as well. It was like, Mum, really? You've got to be joking. That's just the tip of the iceberg of all that. But to be able to give her that grace.
Yeah, and because you're under the wing and in the shadow of a mum as a daughter, and now you're a grown-up, you can see her as a younger mum and even a little girl.
Absolutely.
And that's the difference.
Which is who she was all along.
It is, and that's the
all
thing.
along.
You
all
know,
along.
we know how this all began, and we know how it ends.
Yeah,
you know, on this particular planet. It's so interesting that, isn't it? Because I often think my kids, you know, because I'm very blessed and I'm very privileged. You know, they've got a completely different upbringing to me. And the number of times I think you don't know how lucky you are. But then I've got to think about my mum, who like, I'll go now.
No, do.
No. You know, he was in the war and, you know, in a factory making bombs at the age of 13 and 14. So, hang on a minute, I had it pretty all right compared to that. I had my own version of that, didn't I?
Exactly right. We all do.
You just forget.
We all do.
The time.
That's what I said. The whole thing about the human existence. We just keep forgetting, and then we try and pass it on.
I think we're done here. I think this is time for both of us. I really do. I mean, we could talk all morning. We can carry on.
We could actually.
So now you have this sort of it's different fuel. It's new fuel. This is renewed fuel, isn't it? This is a renewable fuel source. And
I cannot believe how much you're nailing this.
So what are you going to take this next? What are you going to do with it next?
That was the question I knew you were going to ask me. I don't know. I really don't know. At this point, I am living not just moment to moment, but in just sort of a path of I'm getting everything out that I need to get out, and then whatever happens. I'm writing a lot of music just for me. I wrote a song for my father that I'll be putting.
And she's gonna sing it now.
Yeah, sure. My dad. Do you know the thing where, you know, like especially up north, when the parents like tell you scary stories, and it's like it was a dark and stormy night and the winds were blowing. So we used to always do that as kids. My dad would sneak in from work because, of course, if my mother heard him, it would always be like, "Settle, get in the kitchen. I need you." So when he would sneak in, we would always go run into the back room, and it was after work at like just after 5 p.m. and we would all get under the covers, and he would come back there and he would go, "It was a dark and stormy night," and we'd go, "Ooh," and then he would go, "And the winds were blowing," and then of course we're all like, "Wah!" And then all of a sudden you'd hear "Settle," and it was over. And so I just sort of wrote a song about that and how much I was always going to be, and all of us were going to be, his little girl. It didn't matter. He calls me Keala Cookie. He always will. You are daddy's little girl. You are daddy's little girl, taking on the world. You are daddy's little girl. Yeah, that's my band.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Do you invoice yourself for therapy then? How does that work?
No, I feel bad because when I go through life, I should be invoicing you for therapy. I mean, all we have to do is talk to each other, innit?
Yeah, and music helps, doesn't it?
It really, really
My
does.
favourite quote is music is what feelings sound like.
That's literally what it is.
Yeah. And when you combine it with the right words, something in the middle happens, and and then we melt.
Yeah.
And then that's the end of us.
Yeah.
You've got to go to work again tonight.
Twice.
Have you got a matinee?
Twice.
Oh my gosh.
Right, just take a little bit of a kip. It's fine.
Wow, you are a tour de force, a force of nature. Keala, I'm just so happy to meet you.
I'm so honoured to meet you and so grateful to you.
You're the best, man. You're the best.
You are.
CharingCross30.co.uk. Who doesn't want to go and see this? You've only got until the 8th of March to get tickets. The one, the only, the living legend that is Keala Settle.
It's superstar Dara O'Briain.
Great, how are you?
Very, very good.
No pressure.
Hilarious.
You can turn any storyline,
Anything at all, like, could it be? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Mock the Week is back.
It is, and actually this suits the fact that we do, because I 2 days ago I walked onto a rebuilt set of our old show.
Tell us about Mock the Week, how it began, the first ever one, or the pilot, how you got the team together, its highs, its lows, why did it disappear, and how come it's come back?
Okay, Grant. In a nutshell, about 2005, basically, Angus Deaton got bumped off Have I Got News For You. Loads of us were put in briefly, including me and Jimmy Carr, and they said, we should use them more for stuff, and we all then, that started an explosion of new shows. Dave came along and kind of, they needed more content as well, so that helped as well. We did a first season in 2005. Our last episode was on the day of the London bombs. They had to cancel that, and they did a compilation. So we were actually in the studio on the day of that, like whatever, and so they did a compilation. That started a tradition of doing compilations and everything, and then we came back, and then we just ran, and there are times we thought it would go, and then we sort of endured
and then became weirdly in that kind of like national when they finally got cancelled, they realised, oh, people actually really like this show. Because all we get, we were this weird lightning rod for people going, the show is too left-wing, the show is too offensive, the show is too this. People got really angry about it all the time. And then only when it got cancelled, people went, oh, I really like that show. Have you got rid of that? That was a really nice show, like whatever. And so we've had 3 years.
What is that about?
It's so weird.
Why do they do that?
I will say the one that they gave us a victory lap, and I'll always thank the BBC for this, like whatever, because they cancelled it, but didn't just like go, well, you're off and you're gone. You can come back for 8 weeks.
I would love to talk to you more about the cancelling of it, but we haven't got time because you've got to go on Lorraine later. You've already been on TalkSport.
Lorraine will all be about the cancellation.
How was TalkSport?
TalkSport was great fun.
Okay, highlights of the TalkSport interview, please.
The bit where they basically killing time thinking ask me about Arsenal. It's like it's really sweet, like and you're here because, but no, seriously, can we go back to Arsenal?
They never know why anybody's on their shows if it's not to do with football. It's so people come in here and they have bamboozled going, I've just been TalkSported, and I go, it's like being transported.
Yeah, but Andy McCoy is a legend.
Oh, of course he is. No, by the way, they do great business.
Yeah.
They just don't need to do the nonsense that we do.
I don't know. There was a lot of like, have we touched the debate? Great. Can we go back to what you really want to talk about, which is, how we're Arsenal going to do, which is that.
All right. So Mock of the Week returns with a brand new season this Sunday, 1st of Feb, 9 p.m. on TLC is where you need to go.
Yeah. So
but it'll be on YouTube and everywhere.
Oh no. Look, these days, in the 3 years since we left, it's clips, and I know that it's going to appear, and we're the most clippable show in the world.
Yeah. No, we're the most clippable show.
No,
we are.
We are. No, I think you're fine. So it is. So it's all like staccato little bursts of stuff. So we're going to be. It's just
staccato. He comes in here with these fancy words.
I'm just saying, like whatever my operatic terms.
I thought that was a pasta. Sunday night, a great night for it.
The only thing is we do it. There's a danger because the news is so fast now.
Way.
Yeah, things change. That we'll be talking about Greenland and people go, Greenland? I don't even remember what Greenland was, let alone what the story about it was. That because
when are you going to record?
We record at the start of the week because I'm on tour. We had to dovetail.
Oh my God, you are taking a chance. I thought you were going to say like Thursday, maybe Friday.
No, I think they're relaxed about it. I don't think they realise that you should be
called Mock the last week.
Hey, that's the danger. We'll have chats at TLC. That's the first time they've done this.
Yeah.
So they don't know just.
Can't they make it so much easier for you, or can't you make it so much easier for you that you can do it more currently then?
Yeah, I would imagine they could, and imagine they'll relax into it a bit, like whatever.
Sunday night's a great night for it, though, isn't it? Because that's when all the big satire shows used to be on.
Yes,
especially, of course, Spitting Image.
Spitting Image, 10 o'clock.
That was the one, wasn't it? And we were all waiting for what were they going to say about this? What were they going to say about that?
Yeah.
And I've always said that the BBC, one of the things the BBC gets so much right and gets so much, shillelagh from all sides for getting some things wrong, which they do because we all get things wrong because we've made mistakes, and the BBC's made of people, which people forget. That the one sort of open goal own goal, in fact, that they score every week is when Question Time goes up against Newsnight. I've never understood that because it's the same audience. And I think Question Time should be moved to 6 o'clock on Sunday night because you're all loading up with the Sunday papers. You're all getting re-opinioned, and then on Sunday night you're a bit, you fancy a bun fight. I think that'd be great.
Listen, I love the organisation, but they have a tendency. I felt in scheduling that they didn't all speak to each other because a few times when I was a few years ago where I was on both The Apprentice and Mock the Week and then something like 3 Men in a Boat, there was one situation where they accidentally did my 3 shows I was on the same night, and I had to ring scheduling
Unhelpful.
and go, could you even I don't want to see.
I thought you were going to say there's a fourth.
Yeah. Would you like me to do the links between them, like whatever? We'll turn it into a theme night.
But Sunday night's good, man.
Sunday night is good. I mean, I think
done.
Tuesday. Look, I said a thing at the start, whether it makes the cut or not, where I said, look, if you love Mock the Week, this is exactly the same and you'll be really happy. And if you hated Mock the Week, it's exactly the same and you'll be really happy.
Well, that's the point, isn't it? And people say they hate it, but they tune in every week, which is sort of what you want.
For some, we're hate watching. That's great because they'll go, oh, it's exactly the same. Yeah, it's exact. We just put people in a room and they pick.
And I bet, it's all water under the bridge now, isn't it? But you have missed out on some amazing moments, haven't you?
Yeah, I know. We watch this happening and go,
jeez.
I mean, the gift we had at the last series was that the last series we did was Liz Truss's.
So you were there? No, she was like yesterday.
Yeah, and she came in on the first show of our last series and left on the last show of our last. We did the 6 weeks.
She
of
didn't
her
come in.
Oh, no. She was.
That would have been a
She
scoop.
was appointed. Let's say.
Right.
She was not. She's not a huge fan of the show, I'd imagine. But we were there. But it was like kind of like I'd seen it. I thought, oh well, I've seen 5 prime ministers, and I got to see it a 6th.
Yeah.
And now, who knows? I'll see it a 7th. And 8th. Could be more. Of this.
And you know, I don't want to sort of labour it because it's a question you get asked a lot. But how do you out funny what's going on sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, there is weird. I mean, the Trump was a big thing because everyone thought, oh, he must be really good for you. He's awful. He's self-parodying. And it's
he gets there first.
Yeah, he does. And also now it's much darker. It's like dark Trump. Like the last one was like
there
shambolic.
Was a light Trump.
There was but it was a shambolic thing.
No, I know what you mean.
Like,
I know what you mean.
And now it seems like no, he's surrounded by a lot of efficient people who take whatever he's saying and action it.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, so this is all. So he's not the gift that you think he might be, but the stuff accelerates so fast.
Yeah. So I mean, top 3 hits from the first 17 years.
For 17 years.
Just generally.
There was my big head that ran for as a joke for ages. There was a news story in Ireland
What
about
was my big head?
there was a news story in Ireland about how it was a bad news for Alzheimer's patients, that people with large heads were more likely to get Alzheimer's. And there was some study that just said people with large more Alzheimer's, but for some reason they illustrated with a photograph of me with Dara O'Briain colon, large head, like whatever. And there's no real like I don't have a particularly large head.
You have a bald head.
Yeah, I do. I mean,
I
even though the measurements of my head, because I buy hats.
You're a big guy.
I'm a big guy. Like, it's all to scale.
I think to scale, you probably have quite a small head.
And I introduced this to the panel who went at one stage. One of them said, "Oh my God, there's 3 other guys on the other side there." They went mad with it. Like, they loved it. And it's got so my big head ran for a long time.
Yeah, and that's all right because it was you.
It was me. Oh no, it's okay to be the author.
It wasn't Alan Brazil. You know?
Yeah.
Did Alan feature at all at any point?
No, didn't. No.
Because you could have a massive head off.
Yeah. Well, we didn't really. Yeah. No.
Will the massive head be coming back?
Yeah. I know. Unless I get featured in a news story as an illustration of.
All right. Sorry, I interrupted you, Dara.
You haven't. No, it's gone. That was one of the like Megabus. Obviously, was a big thing. There was a series of lookalikes that I did, like a Megabus. I looked like a blobfish. None of it was complimentary, but like when you're the guy doing the buzzer and handing out the points, you're sort of there. When you're the headmaster, you're sort of there to get hit.
Yeah.
It's grand.
Bring it on.
Ed and I had a fit of the giggles over Colonel Abrams once. Do you remember Colonel Abrams?
Of course did.
Yeah, and there was a run of puns about
Trapped.
like whatever about major. It was major carnage, General something else, and I said I'm Colonel Abrams, and only me and Ed knew who Colonel Abrams was. It was the younger comics, like whatever, and we had a 5-minute fit of the giggles on the show.
Yeah, because General Carnage sounds like a 90s band.
Oh yeah, but it was all these. It was like general puns, like whatever. It was all the various puns of army things, like whatever. And then I said I'm Colonel Abrams, and just he and I.
When it's so trapped, don't know what I'm going to do. Gonna go so trapped, so in love with you.
Oh, it's a great.
Yeah,
it's
brilliant.
a phenomenal track.
On.
Oh, he's only hit, like God love him. Yeah.
By the way, while we're on music, signature track of the 90s. Signature track, not your favourite.
Grooves in the Heart by D-Light.
That says.
That to me is the 90s. That's dancing.
Okay,
that's
back to Mock the Week.
Yeah. What? How can that not be? What?
It's a great song.
Yeah,
but it's not the signature song of the 90s.
Yeah.
No, it's a brilliant song.
Yeah,
but it's not about your 90s. It's about
Lady Miss Keir on the stage, whatever.
By the way, great shoulderography there.
No, I do like that. But I mean, my favourite thing about it was there was a guy called DJ Tawa who was like the DJ. Hated performing so much that he put a cardboard cutout of himself behind a keyboard when they did live gigs.
Love it. Yeah. That's strong. That's punchy. And what is he and that cardboard cutout doing today? Yeah. That's what we want to know. All right, number 1 from Mock the Week.
Number 1.
Well, ish.
I've gone
all-ish.
Oh Jesus.
Who's the most prevalent personality?
Who's the one? Ed did the most. Hugh Dennis did the most of them all. Did all but one. He's not in the first couple of these because he was working. Hugh was always working.
Because you're getting the band back together, aren't you?
Yeah, and it was like, "Hi, Hugh," and he was like, "No, I'm on something else," because Hugh never stopped. Never stopped working. So Hugh's come back in week 3.
When we brought TFI back in 2015, I was no problem. Getting me was no problem. Getting Will, our producer, was a nightmare.
Oh wow, really?
We had to rent him through like another company. It was really strange. I think it was like CBS or someone. It's like because it's very difficult. Because people say, don't they, all the time? Why don't you do that again? Because it's not that easy.
Oh no, the amount of people say, why don't you get X back on?
Yeah.
That's not my. I don't know if you understand the power structure here. I'm just the guy who presses the buzzer. I don't get to. I will it. You should return.
Yeah.
There's no. You get that.
And some people are in the mood, and some people aren't in the mood. And some people think think things, we had someone on who very, very famous a couple of weeks ago, and we're all desperate for this particular person's show to come back from, way back when.
Yeah.
And this person, I'm saying they, so you don't have to spoil a boy or a girl, a man or a woman, they had a completely different take on it to the rest of the world, and were worried about certain aspects of it. And we went, no, nobody thinks that.
Yeah.
And I said to this person after, I said, you got to do it again. He said, they. End of the story. End of the story.
Now it's down to half the population. It's okay.
And no, it's not really. If you think about a great show that was once on, and look at our guest list from a couple of weeks ago, you'll know exactly.
Okay, fine, okay.
Anyway, Philip Glenister, bring it back.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Also a quality 90s track, but late 90s, that one. So
Yeah.
fine.
Monaco is a good one. You played that earlier on, didn't you, Steve?
Love it.
Yeah. What was that again?
What do you want from me?
Yeah. What do you want from me? Da, 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 da,
See, the fact that you didn't
da.
know the guitar. No, I was never a guitar boy.
Bass.
Yeah. But still. Straight,
So it's coming back. Do you need to have a wobble about this? You need to worry about it, or is it just?
No. The people who like it will like it. The people who hate it will still hate it.
Right.
So I'm kind of. I'm not particularly looking forward to seeing that.
So form is temporary, class is permanent.
There's a touch of like we are what we are.
I like that, man.
Yeah. So we'll do what we do. And like, so if you've already made up your mind, there's nothing. You're not going to go. Oh, it's now back as a musical. I never thought of it in that way. Like whatever. It's now back with an emotional undercurrent that shows the vulnerability of the panelists in a way that. No, it's us still doing gags like whatever.
But what I'd really like to know is the process. No, I wouldn't. Right, so to be honest, I would, but it's such a nerdy question. I want to know when they meet, when they have their first writers' meeting, how they send the ideas in, what the read-through's like, what the block-through's like, do they use tape on the floor? I want to know all that,
Yeah,
but I know that you over your cornflakes don't, but I do, and he's got to go to Lorraine. It's as simple as that. Last time you were on, we talked about the pyramids.
Yes, we did.
And I said, pyramids, and you went, it's all sorted. And I'm like, I went away from that thinking, no, it's not sorted. And this latest news about these vertical shafts and these these satellites and this imaging and
I've heard stuff about this. I'm not because, but it'll still be just people made them. I mean, it's
no, it is.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely people made them.
But I don't think they made them for some other alter. Like it's not like
no power source, none of that stuff.
No,
you're not having it.
No, it's stone. You get has anyone built up like a paracetamol which is entirely based on stone? Apparently,
did you say paracetamol?
No, I didn't. I said I don't know what I said. It sounds like paracetamol, but I accept I talked.
You're
very
the
quickly.
only person that talks quicker than me. Which is, to be honest, sometimes that's the only reason we get you on. So I seem a bit slower.
So you can say, see how professional I am. See that this is what.
Yeah.
This is what it
You
could
think
be
I'm
like.
bad?
This could be like this.
Even I thought Dara said paracetamol then.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think he did.
Yeah, I don't think there was any paracetamol in
The paracetamol.
Indeed.
Greatest joke in the world.
But it is one of the finest jokes. But there may be foundations, there may be stones that go down. But I don't think anything was like they weren't.
Vibration chambers, picking up the vibes of the universe, alternative power sources,
big stones.
more sustainable.
They're just big stones. Like there's
big stones.
There's nothing. There's no electricity passing through them. There's no vibration. There's like rocks. The last thing you do is vibrate. When you're in there, it's like, oh yeah, nothing here is vibrating. This is just solid.
So I'm glad now. Because you're not thinking what I thought you were thinking. So you still think they're amazing.
Oh, they're
pretty
incredible.
much inexplicable.
Oh, it's right, but except that we've. It's more that you needed a culture that had the will to build them. Like as in, like that somebody went in on like we need to. I'm going to pay 20,000 of you to live in a village just over here and like carve 10 hours a day and then move the stones
and
we're going to ship
and
them
again
over
and
and
again.
over and over and over. And we're going to do them bigger and bigger and bigger until we hit a point where we went, this is ridiculous. They're not doing it. And
it's like when you do the Rubik's Cube for the 5th time, you're like, I'm
this is
done
madness. And we go, look, we've done this. This is stupid now. And then they stopped doing it because it was like, it's a massive waste of resources. And certainly in terms of the thing they wanted to do.
But there was no Netflix. There's no Mock the Week.
I suppose it's there, but they could still sit around and chat like whatever. It's a lovely part of the world, like they could sit, but at the edge of the Nile and just natter.
Groove is in the heart. Where was that when you needed it?
But then they immediately stopped because they realised, look, we're building these things, but people are still breaking into them. So they went. So Plan B was we'll find a valley way away from anywhere that no one can find, and we'll bury our kings there.
Right.
Because our new plan is to put them where no one can find them.
The latest thing is they're not burial chambers. There were people in them, but they're not burial chambers. And so the thing is, you got to please watch the imaging on.
I absolutely.
So this really clever guy. He's an Italian scientist, and he's invented this new satellite. satellite, and it's all proven to,
Yeah.
So the satellite's been tested. So what they've done is they've looked at mountains where they know there are hadron colliders, or particle colliders. It's all your stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Quantum physics. So the particle colliders in there, and they've said, look, we've built one in there. We know there's one in there. People work in there.
And then they found the image of it. They could see it.
And the image is perfect.
Okay, great.
Right? And so he's gone below the pyramids, and he's found these 1.2 millimeter shafts, 4 from each corner of the pyramid, and they go, and they're dead straight, and they're 3 meters squared each, and they go down to 80 square meter amplification chambers, and it's all there. And it's like, what is this? How did they do this stuff?
They dug, and they had 20,000 people digging.
Yeah, you think it's simple as that?
I think you could, with that amount of people, an entire town of people doing it, you can move stone and you can lift stuff up. I mean, the very fact that there's another part called Saqqara just further down the Nile, in which you see the evolution of them. We started like this, and then we put one thing on top of that, and then we built a slightly more pyramid-looking one, and then we tried this, but it collapsed.
So like the Juicens version.
Essentially, you could see them evolving them up.
Over there.
Yeah, it's got. We've seen the first few goes, and then we saw, and then it peaked in Giza.
It's funny though, because I was thinking about fast forwarding to, like, say, our secrets gets lost, or we get lost, or we disappear, something happens, whatever, but enough of human something survives for us to happen again, which we presume is what happened in the first place.
Yeah.
Right. And then something has covered the Earth for like 20 feet or 2,000 feet or whatever. Right. And somehow Mr. Italian scientist, or the equivalent of, or Mr. JCB, or combinations of both, does something, and they find what were football pitches, right, or sports arenas, and they go, and they have no idea, because sport isn't a thing in the future, right? Because there's the other question is, if anything that hadn't been invented, would it be invented? There's that one.
That's a very good
right?
question.
And so then you have these stadiums, and they go, well, these were clearly landing pads, because they would look like Because how easy can you confuse things?
You can.
And I'm thinking a lovely movie further forward would be like, well, what if what we're doing today, what is the future generation's equivalent of what we're doing today, and the mistakes they're making, they would make trying to guess what we do.
In 2,000 years' time, with some civilized, we all got wiped out, whatever, we begins again, whatever. They find this table, and they go, what was it? And then it was clearly a religious artifact. It's clearly very important. It
is now you're here.
Yeah, exactly. People laid their hands on it, and an energy went through them because they were there, and then they signed it.
Can you feel that, by the way?
I can't feel like whatever.
We think this is like a defibrillator, not for you. I'm not saying that you need bringing back to life.
And by the way, if I do need a defibrillator, get me an actual defibrillator. Don't rely on the table. I mean, it would go viral, so well done. You'd achieve your aim there.
Star power, far better than medical science.
As far as you actually got the
show business saves lives.
Yeah. You have my full permission to post the clip.
Because there's the scientist was on the Joe Rogan show, right? It's a 2.5 hour episode. It's an amazing episode, and he talks about, or it's talked about on that show. What if, again, future generations? What if they found Disneyland, right? And they go, well, there's a castle, and then there's a transport system next to the castle, which is like a Big Dipper, but they wouldn't presume it was just for fun. Maybe they wouldn't know.
Why did they revere? Did they revere the mouse? What was magical about? I mean, why are there images everywhere of this mouse? Why did those cultures regard the mouse so importantly?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Crazy.
So we get fragments of their stuff, and then run. I mean, there was a particular era of Egyptian art where they went very stylized, very whatever, and there was like foreheads and everything, whatever. And it was just an artistic movement. You can see, I can see it in the context. But people would, aliens? They look at them, they're aliens, they're not real. And you go, no, I just think they had a style at the time for drawing people like that, whatever. Yeah, I think you go mad and extrapolate this.
I know, but let's go mad.
It's fun.
Life's mad anyway, isn't it?
I don't want to be the guy ruining people's parties, going, no, you can't have fun. Of course you can, but
because you got your supply teacher's jacket on, so you're here to ruin all our best theories.
Quite a nice cut.
It's a nice cut.
Yeah, thank you very, very much.
Stop looking at me up and down trying to come up with a joke. That's what he's trying to do now. He's got the Mock the Week scanner on me now.
And also, it is age appropriate.
Hey, there you go. He got there in the end. again. I gave him a bit of thinking time. You're
I
welcome.
was ready to go. It was honestly just ready to drop at any point. Like
Oh, dear me. It depends at what age you stopped emotionally evolving, obviously. I'm bang on here, mate. I am bang on. But it's good to go old early, isn't it?
Oh, stop.
Because then
Listen,
as you get
no.
later...
The amount of people on this thing going, my God, you look exactly the same. Yeah, because I went in the 20s, went bam, all gone. When I went to 50 immediately.
I am going to smash it when I'm 50.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. Dara, I've told you the story before about Vinnie Jones coming on last week and telling us the Madonna story.
Yeah.
Which just went gangbusters. If you were playing top trumps with his Madonna story, what would you throw into the mix?
I know I'm not great at celebrity stories generally. I only have the occasional interact with people who are like hugely famous.
Okay, what about this? Can I cue you?
Go on.
Dara, tell us your Robbie Williams story.
My Robbie Williams story, I was on Chatty Man with Alan Carr, right? And Robbie was performing the song about sweets, or whatever that song was. One of the comeback songs recently, whatever. It's quite a nice song. But he's performing the song, and Alan goes, and it's Robbie Williams.
Was it Candy?
Yeah, Candy, that's the one, yeah. And yeah, I made it for this side of the Atlantic. And he performed the song, look, whatever. And then Robbie looks over to me once he performed the song and goes, was that okay? And I went like that, and then went, oh wait, no, and turned around, and there's a floor manager going, no, it's grand. And so I got, no, Robbie, good job. And then I met him after to go, look, sorry about that. And he said, no, I was really worried that you liked the song. Robbie Williams, it's really important to me that Dara O'Briain likes my song.
Oh my gosh. It's funny though, isn't it? Because you just...
Well done, Robbie. Good job, Robbie. Well
he
done.
panicked you into an opinion.
Oh, I totally had to, yeah. And I was like, and in fact, it's actually quite a good song. But it was like, yay, well done.
Maybe, what if he was looking to you for approval and the floor manager got it wrong? What about that?
That would be, less he can't be going, God, I hope Dara. Imagine he's in the car back going, I don't know Robbie wears his heart in his sleeve.
He really
I know
does.
he does, but he can't have been going, oh, geez, the guy from Mock the Week he did like that. That old man from Mock the Week.
Top of the Mocks.
Like whatever, didn't seem to enjoy that.
So you are going to go on Lorraine now.
Yes, I am.
How does one prepare for a live Lorraine?
Oh, you just gotta bare your heart, like whatever. You gotta be ready to go. No, Lorraine is a huge astronomy dork. So much like the Talk Sport thing, Lorraine will do. So you got the show out and you're on tour. Tick, tick, tick. Let's talk about stars.
Yeah.
So Lorraine will go that.
All right, mate. Well, it's great. I'm so glad Mock the Week's back. I'm so glad it's
look,
back.
we're having a load of fun with it. It's ridiculous. There's as you're sort of enjoying the
pressure's off. Pressure's
but you're also enjoying the feel of like this. I know this
Can you
table.
tell?
I know this table. This is a nice thing to do. I walked into the studio and I mocked it, like going like the start of Saving Private Ryan, like I'm back on Omaha Beach again, and here I am, and the memories. But it was just to be back there with the buzzer there and the whole thing there. Yeah, it's fun.
You're going on tour? I forgot.
Oh, I'm constantly.
He's always on tour.
Back at the Apollo at the end of the month. Show I'm like 118 dates in. It's a killer show. It's really
That's more than
good.
Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That child has done nothing. He doesn't know what work is. It is. And in one line, it's a show about essentially contacting somebody and going, I'm your son. To someone who did not know that they had a child, of me contacting somebody and telling that they're my father and them not knowing, and that's the story is that happening.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I tell that story. So I've contacted somebody and going, yeah.
And it's funny.
Oh, yeah. Of
Thank
course,
God
it's
for that. I thought it was
fantastic.
like, seriously.
Oh, no.
It's like a Charles Dickens thing.
It's not Davina McCall and people weeping and the whole thing, like whatever that, like whatever. It's it's very good fun. You know the show.
By the way,
in the room and like, oh.
David Baddiel.
It's great, but
David Baddiel, where is she?
Show, you know the show.
There she is.
Oh, and they've never met before, and they walk in and they cry.
Yeah.
There's
Cry. That's on the script, and then the cry, and cut to the slow music,
and the violins going crazy, and the surge of it all. But it's that I had to do that once. I had to contact somebody recently and say, I am your child.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Hook, line and sinker there.
Yeah.
So that's the tour. Recreation continues tonight.
It starts tonight, whatever day.
Busy, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, well, we weren't expecting Mock to come back.
Jeez.
So, and then the Apollo. We're in the Apollo at the end of February, and that'll be the big for that.
All right, so tickets for everything, DaraO'Briain.com.
Yeah.
Because did you get that straight away, that domain name? Or did you have to buy it off
There aren't a lot of Darbeans in the show who are fighting for those.
No, but some people just buy them anyway, don't they?
Yeah, they do, but no one had gone. Oh, I'll stop him. I don't have anyone does that like whatever. I'm not that. But yeah, no, we got all that.
Did you hear about the Facebook story?
No.
So Facebook were going to launch their IPO. You know, they're going to go public, and they had a website, but it wasn't fb.com. And they said before we go, and it delayed the IPO. They said we've got to get fb.com, and they said, well, why? And said it's so important. We've got to. You don't understand. You've got to have the best website name you can. This is going to be $1 billion company, $1 trillion company is now, and we've got to get fb.com. And it belonged to a Mr. Farmer Brown in America. And he said no, and they said $1 million, and he said no, and at $8 million he said yes, and he never needs to farm again. So well done, DaraO'Briain.com.
Yeah.
Great to see you, man.
Oh, very much. A pleasure, an absolute delight.
All right,
to be at your desk.
an absolute delight. And here is Delight, and Alan Partridge lives. Ah!
Ooh-wee, let's cheer with glee as we welcome the marvellous Michael Urie.
We love you. We love you, Michael Urie. Oh my gosh.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on everything. Now, we have some breaking news to do with you.
Okay.
Okay, Michael doesn't know about this. It's good, by the way. You're going to love it.
good.
Okay. This is breaking news. It's the least surprising news ever, but it has just broken now. Right now. The least surprising showbiz news ever. Season 4 of Shrinking has just been confirmed. Done here, Michael, isn't it? I mean, that is it, isn't it?
Broke the news.
We broke the news.
Yes, we celebrated.
Yeah, by the way, the show is amazing. We'll talk about the show in a second or two. But it's just good to know you're going to get to do it again for another year.
It's the best.
Yeah, A, it's a job, but B, what a job.
Yeah, it's a great job. Everyone's so nice. It's and the material's so good. So like we're happy when we're doing it.
Yeah.
We're like proud of it. And I get to work with geniuses. I
You
get to work
do.
with these legends. And
Yeah. No, it's not all about Harrison Ford, but it sort of is all about
sort of
Harrison
about
Ford.
Harrison Ford, I know.
Everybody defers to Harrison, don't they? Jason Segel, everybody in the end defers to Harrison
Everyone
Ford.
in the world.
In the world. Everyone in the world
defers
to Harrison.
Ford. This I'm not. This image of me shirtless. It's.
Is it, you're not happy with that?
Like, this is, do I have to?
Yeah, we could
No,
cover
it's fine.
it up.
It's
We
fine.
sort of-
Give the people what they want, but it's just it's not what
We
I-
could cover it up. Apple don't want us to cover it up. That's the thing. So if you've never seen Shrinking, boy, are you in for a treat. As I say, we'll talk about it chapter and verse in a moment or two. Let me just tell you this. And there will be questions. Don't worry. I do have questions. I've done this before. It's not my first rodeo. Episode 1, Season 3. Unbelievable.
Oh.
First of all, Brian, okay, Michael's character, is married, and he and his husband continue to have a baby. Yes? Continue to have with a surrogate.
Yes.
Funny, interesting, heartfelt, everything. Number 2, episode 1, season 3. Harrison Ford gets married. I know, unbelievable. But that's not it. Because episode 1, season 3, the greatest guest star appearance on any TV show of all time, and there are no spoilers. I'm not going to tell you who it is. Am I right or am I wrong?
Oh, it is a really good guest star. You can
Showstopper.
tell them.
I don't think we should.
Okay,
Purely
okay.
because I'm happy to tell them if you want to get it out there, but I just don't want to spoil it for people. I mean, people are going to watch anyway, and if they are going to watch, I just don't want to spoil that moment. For
Okay,
them.
no,
because
fair enough.
I watched it yesterday.
You didn't know.
Had no, because I don't do social media. I don't do any of that stuff. So I'm sitting at
Good.
home. Because I'm sure it's a great way to get people to the party.
Yeah, exactly.
But let me tell you, if you don't know,
No, that's
oh
not.
my God,
Better.
you have no idea. My wife and I, we were in bits.
It's kind of like it's a coup that we had this actor, and it was also in some ways inevitable because of what the show's about and the history of like the people who make the show. I don't want to say any more because I love this idea that we're going to spoil it.
Yeah, I mean it's out there for lots of people, but for people who don't know, it is breathtaking. It's got there are a couple of scenes. And they've got everything.
Yeah.
They've got. They're so profound.
Yeah.
They've got pathos. It's hilarious.
Yeah, hilarious.
How can something be that funny and that moving at the same? But that's your show, man.
Yeah, that's the best part is that we make jokes in the face of tragedy, and I mean, it's the medicine, right? It's like a spoonful of sugar thing where we're going through some really hard stuff on the show. People are having actual mental health issues and actual physical health issues, and they never lose their sense of humor.
Well, and because life is lifing, doesn't it? Or life is suffering. That's the thing, isn't it?
I love that. Life. Yeah,
because we're on live now. We're live now.
We're live
from the top of the tower. It's so cool. And because a lot of people are watching and have been with us over the years, and some things happen, I say, it's just lifing. And if you get up in the morning and expect that to happen, you'll have a better day than if you hope it isn't going to happen, because it will happen. Life, good and bad, and everywhere in between. You talked about jokes then, right?
Yeah.
The thing about your shows, it doesn't have jokes. It's really funny, but they're not jokes. It's like Friends did it. How do they do that? What are we laughing at if there's not any jokes? And we never stop laughing.
Yeah, it's like people that are just funny. They're trying to make each other laugh.
Yeah.
Like a group of friends. This is like a chosen family kind of. It's this group of people that have come together surrounding this one guy, Jimmy, played by Jason Segel. And we meet him when he's at rock bottom. His wife has died. And the group of people around him, his neighbors, his coworkers, his friends, have come together to build him back up again. Yeah. And they do it with humor. And they're always trying to make each other laugh. And so it's not jokes. It's just like funny people trying to make each other.
Which is really hard to write. But when they nail it, boy, do they nail it. And your show is all over it, man.
Oh, thanks. Man, the writing is there's such amazing
And
writers.
the thing about Jason's character, if you've never seen it, he's a therapist.
Yeah.
So he should have all the tools to deal with this.
Right.
But of course, it's much easier to help somebody than yourself. And Harrison Ford is his boss, who's also a therapist. Harrison Ford is a brilliant therapist. And he's so wise because he's got that voice. You do a fantastic Harrison Ford impression.
Yeah.
Tell us a story about Harrison Ford that has him in, and then do your impression.
Okay.
This is good.
Well, okay, so we did so, when you're working with somebody like Harrison Ford, you don't want to just talk about Star Wars because you want to be cool. Everyone wants to talk about Star Wars. Everyone wants to talk about Indiana Jones. You want to be cool. So I was like, what can I bring up when I get my moment, when I have my private moment with Harrison? What am I going to bring up? Because it's not going to be Han Solo. It's not going to be Chewbacca. So there's another. He has so many good movies. Like those are great. But he has so many other The Fugitive, Witness, Working Girl. So I was like, Working Girl's my in. Because Working Girl is huge in the queer community, of which I'm a part. And so I got a moment with him, and I wanted to talk about Mike Nichols, who directed that. And so I was like, Harrison, did you know that Working Girl is gay canon? And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, no, the gays love it. All the gays, it's like required viewing. And he's like, oh, because of Alec. He meant Alec Baldwin. Who's in the movie. I was like, no, not because of Alec Baldwin, because of you, because you're so sweet and so hot. But then also because...
Did you say that?
Yeah, I was like, because you're so hot in that movie. Don't you remember that scene where he's in the fishbowl? Kind of like this. He's in a fishbowl office, and there's all these people around, and he's changing his shirt.
No, I remember. I just wouldn't say it to him.
Oh, he loves that.
I bet he did.
He loves that.
Nice move.
Yeah, he loves it. So, yeah, I was like, tell me everything about what it was like working with Mike Nichols and what it was like, and that's not a good enough. There's not enough of him talking.
You do a quiet one, don't you? You do a quiet Harrison when you went up to him for the first time and you said he's quite good at this acting thing. And
yes, you're so good. You know everything. Yeah, I was after our first scene together, I was like, you're quite good at this. And what did he say?
I can't remember the whole story. I thought I'd leave a bit for you.
I'm sorry, I don't remember what he said.
It doesn't matter. It's a better story for it.
Yeah, he said something.
He said something. Harrison Ford said something. Harrison Ford said something. Yeah, and the series has been confirmed. confirmed for series 4. Harrison Ford said something. Season 4.
Oh wait, can you cuss on that? Can I say a bad word? Oh, never
Well, you
mind.
can, but I won't have a job anymore.
Okay, well, I'll do it without it. He was doing that show, 1923, the Western.
Yeah, great show.
with Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
And you know Helen Mirren.
Yeah, Taylor Sheridan, Helen Mirren, yeah.
And they announced that they were changing. So it was originally called 1932, and then they announced that they changed the name to 1923. And I was like, Harrison, I heard that they changed the name of your new show from 1932 to 1923. Does that mean you have to be 10 years older? And he was like, oh, thanks a lot. Got so angry about it.
So he was doing that whilst he was doing your show.
Yeah.
Because his work ethic is what it is, and he looks after himself and all that kind of
He's
stuff.
so healthy, and he works he loves working.
Yep.
He loves people.
Yeah.
He loves the crew.
He loves a gag as well, doesn't he?
And he loves to he's always trying to make people laugh.
And if you go for him, he sort of respects that. It's when you're fearful of him. So you're quite
Yes.
happy to.
You have to lean in.
Yeah, you have to. And so you are, when you're not filming, you're in the catering truck with him and Harrison Ford this and Harrison Ford that. And then there's Jason Segel, and then there's the rest of the cast who are all absolutely awesome. Has Jason ever Man and Muppets with you? Has he ever done that?
No, but he has great Muppet stories.
Does-
Because he sort of reinvented the Muppets. He
Yeah,
sort of
am I a
revitalized-
man
Yeah.
or am I a Muppet? Yeah, so come on, tell us some Muppet stories then.
He well, I don't know if I'm allowed
No,
to
don't actually.
say...
No, don't. I've just remembered my Muppet experience. I've had a couple of Muppet experiences. It's best not to talk about them. No, it really is.
I will,
it really is. No, moving on. Moving on.
It got dark. It got
Moving
dark.
on. No, it's not dark. It's just like the Muppets are the Muppets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's leave the Muppets where they are. Let's get right back to shrinking, shall
Well, can I tell you, Jason Segel and I had a day where we were shooting with Harrison in a car, and it was like, they put the car in the process trailer, which is basically like a low
flatbed.
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
flatbed,
we call it a flatbed.
and they move the car up
Yeah.
there, and but I don't know why it's called a process trailer. And we were in the car, and what's great about being is you're trapped. You can't, So we had him. Just the three of us in this car. We were trapped, and so that's when we were really able to start asking him questions about his life and his career and stuff. And I was like, hey, you guys are movie stars. Why do they call this a process trailer? And they didn't know. They had no idea. And I'm like, Harrison, you don't know why it's called a process trailer? And he's like, I don't know. I never thought about it. And he was like, but look at this. You got to see this. And he pulls out his phone and he's like, I got to show you this process trailer we used on the last indie movie. And I'm like, this is exactly what I signed up for. And it was some kind of motorcycle chase. He was explaining it. And then he was like, let me find it. And he was like, how do I find pictures? And Jason's like, oh, I think you got to go here. And he's like, oh, great. Oh, yeah. Look at this fish I caught. And suddenly he realized he has no idea what he's doing with his phone. He's grandpa. He's just and he never found, and then we'd have to shoot. They'd come back and we'd have to do another take. He never found the photo.
Because you're
of
the
this
kids,
process.
you're kids to him, aren't you?
Yeah, I was like, I could
sort this
probably
out.
find it.
Yeah,
but
I have to do that with my son. Please, son, please sort all this. Please sort my life out on this phone. And they just do this, and they look at it, and it's all fine again, isn't it?
Yeah, but I was so enjoying him not knowing how to use it that I didn't offer.
You didn't know. You said, oh, God,
No, I
like that.
I just wanted
Naughty
him to,
Michael.
I wanted him to. It was so delightful watching him do all the sweet old man thing.
Yeah, use the force now, Harrison. Why don't you? Jeez. So this is a mega show now, isn't it? It was a hit show, now it's a mega show. Is that fair to say?
I don't know. Is it?
I think it is, isn't it?
If you said it,
And you've been in other great shows before. Ugly Betty, to name one. Loads of other shows. So successful as an actor. Congratulations on everything. Won awards for this. On his own, even though it's an ensemble piece. Do you feel a different kind of level of heat with this one?
Well, what I've noticed, the big difference I've noticed with this one, because Ugly Betty was great, amazing, very special, life-changing show for me, my big break. Very much a show, at least in America. Here it seems like all kinds of people loved it, but in America it was like women and gay men loved Ugly Betty. But now
The girls and the gays.
The girls and the gays.
Yeah.
So and I also do a lot of theater, so that's also women and gay men in America. And so for all of these last Ugly Betty's 20 years ago. So for these last 20 years, like I'm used to when I get approached by somebody, it's usually a woman or a gay man. And now with Shrinking, it's straight guys. It's really cool.
You got me. And I'm not. Last time I looked, I'm not a girl or a gay man. But, I am so on board.
I'm so glad. Well, I think part of that because we're talking about our feelings and it's all like okay, and the show sort of says it's okay to talk about your feelings. It's important to talk about your feelings.
Yeah.
And I think after the pandemic, this mental health, you know, the stigma was kind of lifted, and it's not such a, you know, taboo topic to talk about anymore.
And it's gallows humor, like you said. My mum was a nurse, and this is, you know, that humor. That's the fuel that nurses and medical staff survive on. That kind of, you know, we got to make fun of this because otherwise, what are we going to do here?
Right.
You know,
exactly.
Otherwise, it's grief porn all the way. It's Hamnet every week. Do you know what I mean? I love Hamnet. We love Hamnet.
Hamnet.
I don't want it every week on Apple TV Plus. I don't need to be confirmed for its fourth series. That's for sure.
But we were all depressed during the pandemic. I mean, when has there ever been a time when we were all depressed at the same time?
Yeah.
And so,
in our lifetimes.
In our lifetime, yes. And I think the other like really special thing about the show is we've got the greatest action star of all time.
Yeah.
Talking about his feelings.
And vulnerable. You know, in the winter of his life, you know, not weak, but weaker than we've seen him. You know, he is an old man because he's 81, Harrison Ford, isn't he? And
I think he's 82.
82. You know, he's in his 80s. He's in his 9th decade. By the way, he's still fit as a fiddle. He's a great exemplar for how to be. But of course, he's surrendering to it. And if you surrender to it, you will have the same kind of time you've always had if you surrender to everything all the time.
Yes.
You're
very smart. You're a wise man.
I read a lot. This is all cut and paste, believe me. None of it's my own business. Would I be getting up at 4 o'clock if I could do this stuff for real every morning? I don't think so. Oh, maybe I would.
But I noticed watching this season of the show where, because Harrison's amazing. He's amazing in every season, but this season he's starting to come to grips with, because he has Parkinson's on the show. The character has Parkinson's, and he's still working, and he's starting to come to grips in this that, like, you know, it's beginning to take its toll, and he's gonna have to start adjusting the way he lives.
Yeah.
And I found myself watching this season or series, as you guys call it.
I try and call them seasons, but people have a go. I like season better than series, but anyway.
Series, we call them.
Series sounds serious. Season sounds like season. Yeah, spring, autumn, winter. Simple as that. That's how simple my brain works.
It's nice.
Yeah,
I like it.
I think
bet it's
nice.
really fun up
it's
there.
It's not philosophy, but it's nice. It's fun. It can be fun. It can, It's mostly fun.
Toilet paper flying.
Yeah. Now and again, you have to get back in the cable car to go up to the top. But anyway, on the way down, good times.
What was I saying?
Who cares?
I know what it was.
Yeah.
I found myself relating to Harrison's character this season because I love being an actor, and I often think, what will I be like as an actor when I'm in my 80s?
Yeah.
Like, I hope that I can still do it, and I hope that they still want me to do it, and I hope that there's roles, and what will those roles be like, and I hope that I still have something to say.
Yeah.
And he absolutely does.
Yeah, I mean, that's from an actor's point of view. From a viewer's point of view, I'm like, I just want to look after myself so I can still go to work like he does. You know, that kind of thing. You know, and it's not about bulking up. It's about looking after yourself. Staying fit, staying healthy, being light so you can be enlightened.
Yeah.
You know, and the lighter you are, the more you can feel the energy you have to sort of live your life as opposed to just uphold your being and drag yourself from one bad situation to the next.
Yeah.
Will and Grace. Let's talk about Will and Grace.
Okay.
Because I know you don't have a history with Will and Grace, but boy, did they plough a trail for everybody else.
Absolutely.
Do you have fond memories of Will and Grace?
Yeah, they walked so the rest of us could run.
Tell us about that.
I loved that show. It was so inspiring to know when it was on that, you know, the queer community was mainstream and beloved, and you know, and then Joe Biden, our former president, when he was vice president, he cited Will and Grace. He was asked about marriage equality, and he cited Will and Grace as one of the most important things to sway the public opinion about the issue. And he said that show did more for the LGBTQ community than anything else. And he's right in a lot of ways. And it kind of tipped the scales for President Obama to pass marriage equality.
Wow.
Because I think he was going to wait. Everyone sort of thought he's going to wait until he's reelected, but that Joe Biden kind of like pushed his hand a little bit, and he did it. And it was an amazing, it's so crazy. It was this amazing moment in America that feels like another time when we had these leaders that were looking after their marginalized communities and supporting them.
What a lovely way to put it. They walk so we could run. I love that phrase.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And Brian and his husband, your character and his husband in this show, currently having a baby, as I alluded to before, with a surrogate.
Yeah.
How's that? Because you're going to be dad and dad, or mum and dad, or have they had that conversation?
Dad and probably. Well, gosh, did we decide? I think probably like dad and daddy, or papa and dad. Is what I would guess.
But it's a real thing, isn't it? It's an ongoing thing. It's a responsible storyline. That's the whole thing about everybody's story. You can't go for the low-hanging comedy fruit because you have to be responsible because the show has to retain its heart. Yeah. Otherwise, it will jump the shark. Yeah. We'll have a Bobby Ewing moment. He'll wake up in the shower and nobody will watch the damn thing anymore. And you can see now, even at, so much happens in episode 1 of season 3, which is a double-length episode. It's an hour long. And I'm thinking, there's so much happening in this. Okay, have we peaked now? Have we got, because all the stories seem to have come together. Where are we going to go from here? Because what can happen is, great sitcoms, great TV shows, they start over here, the Easter eggs are planted, then they come up here, sort of season 2, season 3, then they hit, then they explode, they erupt, and then they start to go their separate ways, and you got like 1 or 2 more seasons in them. Right. What's your vibe there?
I want to do 10 more seasons.
Good, excellent. I agree. All that I said was just wrong.
No, but I think you're right. You got to know when. You got to know. As Kenny Rogers says, you got to know when to hold them, and know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and then also know when to run.
Yeah. I love the fact you brought Kenny Rogers into it. Have you ever answered? Please tell me you've never done that before.
No, that's new. I've never.
That's
done
new.
Before.
You got to do it again.
No,
Jimmy Fallon would kill for that. I know he watches this show all the time.
He steals everything from you.
I don't think he does. But what a gang! I mean, you got a gang on your hands now as well because you're all mates now, aren't you?
We are. Yes, and the show. Because at the beginning of the show, a lot of the characters didn't really know each other.
Yeah.
So we've watched the characters across. Okay, by the way, can I ask you a question? Are you going to play this when Chris Hemsworth is here?
Sorry, I thought that was Chris Hemsworth. We're just piloting it for tomorrow. Yeah, he wishes.
This tuft of hair around my nipples.
Is that good?
Just
okay, sorry. I do apologize. I'm sorry.
Does the camera add?
That was the pilot
hairs?
episode. There's been a lot of work since then. All right, all of it natural. Au naturel.
Oh my God.
No, so as you become friends offset, your characters have become friends as well.
Yes. So we didn't really know each other when the show started as actors, and a lot of the characters didn't really know each other. And we've become this like sort of wonderful chosen family.
We'll be better in a minute. I don't know how often this is coming. By the way, great clubber as well. Great wardrobe, isn't
Clubber?
it? Yeah, clubber. We call wardrobe clubber, costume
Oh.
clubber. Yeah, man.
That's good. Clever.
Clubbers.
Isn't it great?
Clubbers. Yeah, it's great.
Alison Fanger is our amazing costume designer.
So-
we have great.
Have we put it on pause? No. We could just pause it for the last minute. We can't pause it.
Can't pause it.
Yeah.
It's impossible. We
Hey,
don't have the
Jimmy Fallon.
technology.
You can't. Yeah, you're still pausing things. What is wrong with you? Why do I keep saying Fallon? I don't know. It's Fallon.
It looks like Fallon.
It does look like Fallon. Michael, it's great to see you, man.
Oh my gosh.
Great to see you.
This is so fun.
It is fun, isn't it?
We do this for several hours, huh?
Yeah,
Every day.
And then I go home and my wife says, can I have the guy who was just on the radio on the TV as opposed to the grump that just walked through the door, across the threshold? But that's how it is, you know?
Oh, you're giving to
Giving,
to
baby. This is my
them.
purpose. I'm in service. Yeah, baby. And it's all filmed in LA, is it, the show?
We film it in LA. We actually film a lot of it's on stages. They build sets, but then we film it.
No way.
The first time I was ever on a set
Yeah.
that was like an apartment. My very first job ever was I was picking. I arrived at an apartment, and that's all I knew. I arrive at an apartment. I have a scene at a doorway, and I get to the stage. And they're like, report to these stages. And I get to the stage. It's this movie called Uptown Girls with Brittany Murphy and Dakota Fanning. And I was a dog walker, and she had a pet pig, and I was coming to pick up this pet pig. My part got cut. Wah, wah. But
Why? It's brilliant.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know. They cut me. It was very sad.
The pig's fault.
It was the pig's fault. I was probably not good, honestly, but it was my very first job. Anyway, we get there. I get to the stage.
It's turned into a therapy session. It always does at this desk. Something about this desk.
I know.
Please continue.
You show pictures of me without my shirt on. I'm gonna go emotional. The stage. Like, I get to the sound stage, my first time ever on a sound stage. I walk in, and they're like, here's the set. And I lead, and there's this apartment built on a stage. And, like, I know that sounds sort of silly and naive.
No, it doesn't. I love it.
My whole world changed because I realized everything I've been watching
I know.
is...
I know.
It sounds stupid saying it.
It's film fake. It's showbiz fake.
And it's so real. I mean, I walk around this shrinking set, and I just, like, test people. I pull open drawers, and there's stuff in there. Like any drawer you open on the shrinking set, there's
stuff that should be in there, even though it's never going to be seen.
That's right.
So crazy.
It'll never be seen. The fridge is stocked.
Have you heard about the fake brand people?
No.
So we have a lady who listens to the show, watches the show now, thank God. And it's her job. She's got her company comes up with fake brands to be seen on TV sets. Isn't that great?
Wow.
That's there's the pyramids and there's what we do. And we think we're winning. Michael, we're out of time. It's great to see you, man. Let's hear from Michael Urie. Come on. And if you haven't heard the breaking news this morning, season 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 of Shrinking all confirmed by Apple TV Plus. Goodbye, Michael Urie. Yes!
Please say good day to Chris Hemsworth.
Hemsworth is in the house! And here he is. He's come to play his new song. How are you, Christopher?
Right, very well, thank you.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks very much.
Congratulations on a great film.
Thank you.
Crime 101. The team and I went to see it at Eric's house, Eric Fellner's house the other day. Yeah, we were very lucky.
Good.
It's a gang-busting film. Honest, I know he's here and he could beat me up if I said the wrong stuff, but it really
I wouldn't do such a
thing. It's a great film. Well, you might. It's Crime 101. It's out 2 weeks today. It is so cool. What I've done, Chris, straight off the bat here, it reminds me of a lot of films. I know you won't mind, hopefully. And Bart, the director, is going to come in a bit. He's a Brit, by the way. He's a solid Brit. He knows what he's doing, if this film is anything to go by. So it reminds me of a few films, but I thought we'd have a little game about, which films they remind me of. So we've got a minute for this, all right? We've got a timed minute.
Go.
And the prize is you get to stay on. Okay, so coolest car chase ever, coolest car in a car chase ever, coolest guy ever driving a car.
Bullet.
Bullet is the right answer, yeah.
Going.
Okay, same coolest actor in an art heist movie which was remade with a James Bond in the lead role.
No.
No?
What? Would you have a quick peek at that?
No, you can't. No, so okay.
Next question, I'll come back to it. I'll get a...
All right, okay.
It's too early. Where's my coffee?
Okay, well, no, because you need to know the answer to that one to get this one. I thought you'd get the Thomas Crown Affair.
Thomas Crown Affair.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Same James Bond in the remake of that. Okay, that's Pierce Brosnan. Starring in a Bond movie, opposite your amazing co-star Halle Berry.
Yeah. So the same what?
Yeah. The same.
There's a lot of yelling and ringing of bells.
Okay.
And
All right. Okay. So Thomas Crown Affair was remade.
Yeah.
Starred Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan was James Bond.
Yeah.
Halle Berry was in a James Bond movie. She's in your movie. What was the James Bond movie she was in?
Die Another Day.
Yes, Die Another Day.
Thank you.
Okay, your film Crime 101 also reminds me of a film about a getaway driver who has tinnitus, so only drives with music playing in earbuds. Amazing soundtrack.
Baby Driver.
Yes, Baby Driver. Tarantino's first movie featuring crazy Mexican standoff, and all the male characters are called Mr. Someone or Other.
Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs is the right answer. This is my favourite. Okay, there have been several in the franchise, but the first sequel was Something 12 because the first one was Ocean's
11.
Yes!
Still here.
Nicolas Cage with a word that rhymes with scone and a minute to make stolen cars disappear.
Gone in 60 seconds.
Correct. And finally, courtesy of Mr. Mark Ruffalo, not so much a film, but an eponymous detective series starring a scruffy cop in a raincoat tunic.
Columbo.
Yes! Got there in the end. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, rough start, but we got there.
Are you happy with the films?
I'm happy with the films,
Okay.
absolutely. I'm happy I got, what did I get, 9 out of 10?
No, it doesn't
roughly?
matter. You get to stay on.
Okay, I'm still here.
We had records to play. And weather reports and news bulletins and things like that. No, so honestly, Bullet's in there. Of course it is. Thomas Crown Affair's in there. Die Another Day. It's Baby Driver. It's, I really mean that, by the way.
Thank you very much.
It's such a great film, man. It's such a great film. We are not allowed really to review it because it's embargoed, but we can say whether we like it or not. We loved it. You can review it because they ain't going to take you to court, are they?
I loved it too.
Yeah, you loved it too. Tell us what goes on.
Yeah, look, it was somewhat of a throwback and homage to the films you've just talked about, the classic heist films of the 70s, 80s, 90s, but with a contemporary feel to it. And what I loved the first time I read this film, it was a character-driven crime thriller, but there was suspense, and you see that throughout the action, but also complex characters, emotional depth, and it delivers on all of those fronts, and it's beautifully shot. The cinematography is incredible. There's a wonderful sort of nostalgia for how Bart has set these shots, the soundtrack, the sound design. Again, big cinematic experience, deserves to be seen on a big screen.
It's huge. I mean, I know that we all want people to go back to the cinema, and it's easy for us to say because we all got big tellies now, and so we say it and then we don't do it ourselves, and we're hypocritical. But this film, a new sort of aspect to that argument came to us all on Wednesday. We went to go and see it. When you go to a cinema, not only is it like brilliant, from a digital screen point of view, also the sound is off the chain. You're with your mates, you've got sunken investment, you've made special time, but it's easy to suspend disbelief in the cinema as opposed to in your living room where you can see your dog being sick or you can smell the tea being made. And that, I thought, this is why you go to the cinema, for total escape.
No distractions.
Yeah,
sitting in a big dark room with a bunch of strangers, maybe a couple of your friends, family, popcorn, soda, whatever. The whole experience is an event. And to see something like this as immersive, which is both thought-provocative and entertaining and fun. For me, it's, as you said about having a TV at home or sometimes your iPad, it just doesn't compete as good as, certain screens may be. The cinema itself, we've got to spend more time there, get out of the house, get away from the dog.
Yeah, and apparently, all the dogs. Apparently, last year was a really important year for cinema. So the worldwide box office had to hit, I think it was $10 billion to show a change in the flow of the tide. It was really important, and I think it got to 11 billion, which is great news for world cinema. $11 billion. And if you look at the movies that are slated to come out this year, a phenomenal range of movies coming out. We've already had some great movies out. This is out too early on in the year. So exciting. Yep. And as far as you're concerned, you talk about being in a room full of strangers. You take that to the nth degree. On a premiere night, you had that in London this week. Yeah. How was it? How does it compare? Can you feel the vibe and the energy in the room? How can you read the room, and can you read the after party as well with regards to what they thought of the film? Do you know what I mean by
absolutely? All that? Yeah. I've sat in many cinemas when there's a what do you want to call it? A polite applause or or a genuine sort of uproar and cheer, and there was an electricity within this film, a propulsion, the way it plays out. You are on the edge of your seat, whether it's, as I said, through the action or through the dramatic moments. and no one's getting up and going to the bathroom and chatting and leaning over and asking questions. People are we're glued to the screen. And one particular moment, Halle Berry gives this incredible impassioned speech, and the whole cinema erupted, big applause and a big cheer.
We did. There were only 9 of us, but we did it.
Yeah,
it's great,
it's
isn't it?
amazing,
Because it comes from nowhere.
Yeah,
you know, it's not a laboured speech. It's not a speech that's just sort of stuck in there for trying to be for the right reasons, but ends up being for the wrong reasons. It literally creeps up on you, doesn't it?
It does, for sure. A lot of moments like that. There's a sort of a slow burn in one regard, and it being a heist film, you know, sort of where we're headed as far as a culmination or people are on a collision course. But each individual character has these individual moments in their environments or systems that seem to be holding them back in some way.
So you got a good vibe basically this week.
Oh, it's amazing. And the after party again, I've had plenty of films I've walked out and like, I'll see you tomorrow, yeah? Or, oh, but I love the film. It's really fun. Yeah.
And they always touch you. They always tap you like
taps your shoulder. It's almost like,
they're either
don't
pushing
come too
themselves
close.
away, or it's really weird, isn't it?
I don't want to catch
like,
anything.
Yeah, see you later.
Yeah. Good to see you, mate. See you. How's the weather? But we kind of were stuck in the lobby and we were supposed to move on to the after party, and that took a long time because everyone was incredibly...
Because they want to be around the heat.
Enthusiastic, and talking about the film or what they loved and different elements and different things that reminded of them or different discussions that it raised, and because it's sort of there's a moral ambiguity to the space and to each of these characters, and it's not as simple as sort of good, evil, good cop, criminal, bad guy, so on. It opens up the discussion where each of these individuals are going against their own sort of moral code, but also being you as an audience, you're being asked to sort of understand which side of the fence you sit on, if either, or on the fence, you know. So there is a
fence in the film.
There is,
and it's Nick Nolte.
It's Nick Nolte.
Just tell us about the legend that is Nick Nolte.
Oh man, what a joy! What a joy! Yeah, just an incredible actor. I mean, sitting with him in between each setup was just as fascinating as being on screen, you know, playing these characters, because just telling stories about different, you know, experiences through his life.
He has lived all the lives, hasn't he?
All the life, yeah.
They say you only live once, not if you're Nick Nolte. That's a fact, isn't it? Yeah. And a wild man, a real wild man, you know, right up there with Oliver Reed and Peter O'Toole. And I mean, I know I'm sure you can't share the stories, but I bet you were glued, weren't you?
Oh, for sure. And it's just the as you say, the history and the intensity when the camera rolls. You can't replicate that or manufacture that.
Yeah.
I mean, there is such sort of depth and authenticity to everything he says, and pain in his voice when he's disappointed in you, or aggression coming from the heart due to, you know, what is it, 80-something years old at this point. And again, I think what he brings to that character is quite interesting because it doesn't fall into a tropey, familiar space. There's a vulnerability within him as well, and each of these characters are fractured and broken to some extent.
I apologise for talking about characters and you haven't seen the film.
Sorry,
No, we have to, because that's the only way we can do it. But you got to go see the film. I mean, it is star-studded, and everybody steps up to the plate, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you and Ruffalo, you've got a bit of previous. Got a lot of previous with him.
Had a lot of fun with Ruffalo, more in the sort of comedic, in the Marvel space, and a lot of improvisation. And we were a couple of kind of naughty kids when we got on set. It was like, you know, making jokes, and Bart's like, different tone. Let's put it this way. And
sad times.
Yeah, sad times. Remember your lines. Halle Berry.
Remember your lines.
They're nothing to do with the Marvel universe.
Yeah, no need for the pre-shot curls, man. None of that.
Barry Keoghan's in the film, and it's just a wild man and has an electricity that is on and off the screen.
Yeah, you're all on it.
Yeah.
And of course, you were one of the first films to shoot after the fires, weren't you?
We were shooting pre and post that. So we shot just before the fires in Los Angeles. Some of the places we shot in no longer exist, unfortunately. And then we actually came here to the UK to do some, internal other pickups. And
I've got a run of C's, actually, talking about California, what the film meant to be. So the great things about the film, the cast, the car chases, the Californication of the whole damn thing, the cut of the diamonds, only outshone by the cut of your suit now and again, your character's suit now and again, the Chris Hemsworth factor, the clash and chic of Halle Berry, and when you get all that, I mean, that, you know, you can still mess it up, can't you? It's still
oh my God,
easy to mess a movie up.
Yeah.
But when you, I mean, talk about ingredients, golden ingredients. You know, great chefs say, you know, you get the best ingredients, you have to do the least to them. But it can still go very, very wrong because making a movie is, every movie that's made is a miracle. Because it's a miracle to get a movie made.
Absolutely.
And it's like herding snakes. And then you throw actors into the mix. And then you say, let's shoot in the middle of California in the daytime with car chases.
Yeah.
And it's not only is it a bunch of actors and filmmakers, it's a bunch of really well-known, recognisable actors. What is that like when you literally stop the traffic in LA?
Oh, they love it. Yeah. It's as if the traffic's not bad enough.
Stopping the traffic themselves, aren't they?
Yeah, there's quite a few horns.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's intense traffic or some really upset
Do you try and
people.
style it out at all? Do you go and have a word with the crowd?
No, well, actually, Hallie and Mark were shooting in Venice Beach one time, and someone came with a little garden axe and chopped one of the cables and just shut down all the. And I don't know who that individual was, but it took them a couple of hours to get things back up and running. But we did a lot of the car chases and the driving scene actually with Mark and I within real LA traffic.
Yeah.
And it's kind of amazing because you're interacting with, you see shots of the homeless people and so on, and that wasn't, you know, we had a particular route we were driving and following, but in amongst the space, I mean, LA is such a character in itself, and especially the sort of gritty backdrop of downtown LA where we were shooting. But as you say, we're weaving in amongst folks who are just trying to get to work. Slightly apologetic.
I saw Mark and Hallie's the sort of tete-a-tete over the table. I thought I know exactly where that is. In Venice. It's right by the Venice sign, wasn't it?
And that's where the
axe came in. Quite a few axes around there anyway.
There's quite a few,
I mean, you walk around long enough, you'll sort of come across one.
Yeah.
Talking about the cars, so if people are considering buying one of the 4 cars in the film, could you just give us a review now? Because you've driven all 4 cars.
Yeah.
So if somebody's considering buying a Cadillac CT5 V Black, top speed 200 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds, what can you tell them about that, please?
Yeah. It's sleek and sophisticated and sexy and goes really fast.
Driving. Enough about you. What about the car?
Just for the price of.
Anyway, okay, next one. Right, okay, what about this one? These are the 4 cars your character drives in this film. Chrysler 300, top speed 160 miles an hour, 485 brake horsepower, 0 to 64.4 seconds.
This was a fun one to drive. I enjoyed the previous better.
Okay, let's.
You threw it away though.
Never mind. Sorry. All right. Next one. You got quite serious with this one, didn't you? The Dodge Challenger.
Dodge Challenger.
4.8 seconds. Looks faster than it is, but a very cool car. Absolute legend, of course. This is the latest incarnation of this car. Top speed 203 miles per hour, 303 brake horsepower. Pretty good power to weight, etc. How was it?
Aggressive. This will wake you up in the morning. This is the kind of car you sit behind. That's your coffee when you punch that accelerator.
3 great cars.
3 great cars.
Okay, and lots of them get beaten up and bashed up and stacked in the movie. But of course, you could put all those 3 and all the different numbers of however many they needed to crash in the film. You could put them all up against this car, and this car would win. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the '68 Camaro 4-speed.
This was my favourite. Yeah, I tried to take this home with me.
Yeah. By the way...
Wrong side of the road, though. The steering wheel is for
Can I say
Australia,
I heard about that?
Yeah. No, I do this a lot. I say, can I have some of the axe or the hammer or this outfit?
Or the car.
Or the car. The most expensive thing I tried to steal from set. Unsuccessful.
Okay, 68 Camaro 4-speed, 0 to 67.4 seconds, 325 brake horsepower, top speed 130 miles per hour. Did you drive it in anger, this, or not?
I drove it with love and passion.
Yeah, it's a cool car, isn't it?
Which is another way of saying anger, yeah.
Yeah, because Working Title, who make the film, Eric and Tim's company, they did try to buy this car. Did you know about this?
Oh, no.
They tried to
buy...
For
me? No. I really thank you, Eric.
Depends how the box office goes in a couple of weeks' time.
That's right.
I'm sure it's going to be fine. I'm sure it's going to be more than fine. No, they tried to buy it and they'd done the deal, and then they were just about to wire the money, and some other film company had rented it, and it was just too late. They missed the moment.
Oh, no.
I know. Don't you hate it when that happens?
I do hate it when that happens. Yeah.
Chris, you've been on loads of shows. Of course, you have shows like this. Thank you for. I know it's not the most favourite part of the job. We're trying to make it fun for you.
No, this is. Fun.
You're okay with this. Great. Thank you so much.
For sure.
I loved your Vanity Fair piece with the lie detector.
Oh, thank you.
If you haven't seen, how was that for you?
Nerve-wracking because you don't know what they're going to ask you, and it didn't get.
You're already just squirming.
That's my tell.
This is a man who has snakes in his bed for fun. Yeah.
Yeah. It was good. As I said, it was my voice
you
was
ever
very
heard
high.
his
I
voice
don't know.
that high before?
I'm trying to remember what they asked me, but I do remember being uncomfortable and waiting for something that could really take me down. And
They basically showed pictures of people you really like and said, "Do you think you're better than them?"
yeah, I know. Yeah, and could I beat them in a fight and so on? And,
Yeah.
and I blatantly said yes.
Yeah, in real life.
And it was truthful.
Yeah, and then obviously you're great friends with Matt Damon, and they asked that question about when you go out for dinner, do you split the bill? And you
What
said
they-
yeah, and they went, that's a lie.
That's a lie. Well, he usually sneaks off and goes to the bathroom and gets the bill before I get there, and so now I just let him.
You just let
Yeah,
it.
I go, oh, you got it again? Ah, you bastard.
It's par for the course. You did keep asking yourself a question during that, and I love the fact you did it. Do you remember the
I
question?
was trying to trick it. I was trying to lie and say that I could fly.
What was the question?
That I could fly?
Yeah, you said, "Can I fly?"
Can I fly?
And you became obsessed with trying to.
Yeah, but it got to the maybe, didn't it?
It got to the not inconsequential. What's the word they used?
Just incredible.
Inconclusive. Can you fly?
Yeah.
All right.
See, my voice went up a little bit?
So that's why they don't use lie detectors in court, because
That's right.
they clearly don't work.
course they can.
And is that did you keep doing that because you'd heard somewhere from somebody who might know about these things?
No, I've just seen it in movies.
Yeah, if you keep saying it, you can trick.
No, it was like I was trying to lower my heart rate or trying to change my sort of internal activity, whatever was registering on the lie detector machine. I was just wanting to see if I could beat it.
Well, it was very funny, man. It was very funny.
Inconclusive.
Before we bring Bart on to talk more about the film, can we talk about Limitless? Is that okay with you?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, the most important things now is that next, of course.
Yeah.
How's your dad?
He's doing good. There's, we shot that episode a year and a half ago. Came out end of last year.
Should we just say what that is for people who don't know?
Yeah, sorry. It's just an episode called A Road Trip to Remember. And my dad was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, early stage dementia. And this is 4 or 5 years ago. And so we did this road trip back into my childhood to basically the house that we grew up in. The art department were able to rent the space because a friend of ours owns it, recreate it, dress it up like it was when we lived there. And it's a process called reminiscence therapy. So to stimulate the hippocampus, the part of the brain that dementia is attacking, you stimulate old memories. This is a supercharged version of that. As we went into the home and walked through the house, and it was like stepping back in time. It was incredible and incredibly overwhelming for me. My mum was there. My dad was I don't think he knew what to say. At one point, he turned to me and said, I don't know about all the theatrics, all the cameras and so on. But you saw him sort of awaken through this process. We then took a motorbike road trip up to Northern Territory, where we lived in an Aboriginal community where he used to muster cattle and work, and we grew up there. Incredible place. And the idea was just, again, stimulating old memories and trying to sort of grab a hold and wake up parts of the brain that were sort of, being taken away. And we did. We saw this sort of lift in his spirit through that experience. It was incredible for the two of us to get together and have conversations we hadn't had about his fears and anxieties around what he was facing. But he's doing pretty good. Considering, I know other family members who within 6, 8 months, 12 months, in this sort of a catatonic state almost and tragic. My dad can certainly be here and have a conversation, but the short-term memory has gotten worse at certain times, but other things, have sort of stayed where they are. And I do think it's about connection, and we try and have him get out of the house and interact with as many people as possible, especially people from his past, because...
you can have that, by the way.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to steal things as we talk.
Back to the character in the film.
Thank you. Bring it back to that, yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry, I've dragged on.
No, you haven't dragged on.
You
haven't dragged on. Can I ask you this, if you don't mind? Because the whole thing about your dad and the way this film is shot, it's also important. It's so emotional for you. Of course it is, and it's so real. It's so profound. It's so vulnerable. It's so cool. If you haven't seen this, you got to watch this show. You got to watch the whole Limitless series. But there's this one show called A Road Trip to Remember. It is so wonderful and so meaningful and so brave of both of you to do that. And again, I'm not blowing smoke where the sun don't shine. The thing about it is, as you have been beaten up from both sides, and so was I, because I am a son, I was a son, and I am a dad. And you break down at one point over this photograph.
Yeah.
And I was just in bits.
Yeah.
Because you can see your dad looking like you now, because he was the spit of you, and you are the spit of him. And in a heartbeat, you know that's going to be you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in the picture, how old were you in the picture? This picture with your dad?
I think I was about 4 years old.
You know, and in a heartbeat, it's going to be the other way around.
Yeah.
And that's life, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And life is so wonderful and heartbreaking all at the same time. And your film, I had to be mopped up after it, mate. It was great. It's so cool.
For me, it was the whole experience was incredibly therapeutic in places I didn't even expect or realise.
You weren't ready for it.
I wasn't, and that photograph, what hit me was I was watching my dad. It reminded me of the memories I'd had with him. But as you said, it immediately made me think of what I may go through, or the just relationship with my kids.
Well, get on with it. Let's get on with it.
And what we set out to, I think, you know, me trying to find a solution or a silver bullet and fix this problem just became about connection and became about love and became about the awareness of the passage of time and the fragility of everything. But that's what makes it so special. So enjoy it and enjoy this moment and not spend so much time, you know, planning for the future or, you know, looking at the past. Just be right here. And particularly if people are experiencing cognitive decline, it's like just... It was if I hadn't been made aware of it or my family hadn't, I wouldn't have spent the amount of time. Again, I would have taken it for granted, but I've spent so much more time with him since knowing this, and so I see that.
And you moved back to
blessing.
Australia to protect your family, and you now commute to LA. It doesn't matter; it's still a commute, isn't it? And it all matters. It's all so important. Also, if you do watch A Road Trip to Remember, you'll see this man here, Chris Hemsworth, crocodile hunter, aged about 12, in the tightest tighty whities you've ever seen, on a genuine VHS audition for something that didn't really exist.
Well,
Is that right?
It was my media project that we were supposed to write.
Well, you can call it that if you like.
No,
We've all had those media projects.
it was my audition and never made it anyway.
It was so good though, wasn't it?
It was wacky.
Is that your Steve Irwin
That was
take?
my Steve Irwin take, yeah. We were supposed to write a script, edit it, you know, present it, then shoot it. We basically got the camera and just kind of were like, record and stop. Now do it over here. So it's, you know, in-camera editing, no script, just improvising me as an idiot trying
And
to
there were no
do that.
Godzillas, so instead you wrestled your family dog to the ground.
Wrestled my dog, yeah. Dog wasn't harmed.
Which
in
is
that
fair
moment.
enough.
Which is fair enough.
And then you get in Home and Away, and then you go on Dancing with the Stars, and you went on Dancing with the Stars to raise enough money to get passage to America,
get to LA, yeah.
and that's a fact, isn't it?
That's a fact, yeah.
And boy, did it work. And there was no plan B. There was never a plan B.
No. I sort of didn't give myself one, I suppose, but my brain was obsessed with the idea, of my soul, my psyche, whatever, that said, I'm going to Hollywood and I'm making movies. And it wasn't until I kind of started making movies that I went, oh, geez, that was pretty outrageous, that leap. And what if it didn't work? And what did I have a backup plan? But you kind of, there's a bit of insanity that has to come with that.
Yeah, no, if you join the dots backwards, none of it makes any sense.
None of it
And
makes sense,
you think you'd never do it again, but you would.
Yeah, for
100%.
sure.
Now, the great thing about the way you were brought up was, because back to the film, so the stuntman, because I've seen the feature out about the driving, said, you know, he's pretty handy behind the wheel. And that's because you were driving when you were like 7 or something stupid.
Yeah, sort of paddock bombs and so on out in different farms.
Because Australia's really big and quite difficult to get caught by the police if you know where to go.
That's right. Well, you know the cops and it's okay.
Yeah, and you used to cling onto the back of your dad's Jeep while he was buffalo herding or wrangling.
Some of the time.
Is that a true story?
I wouldn't cling on the back of it. I mean, it's pretty wild, sort of what they embark on. And if you've got to see, if you've ever seen footage from that time of cattle mustering, it's intense. I can't say I was in the middle of or in the thick of it, but I was sitting on his lap, you know, driving at certain times.
And he had this big hook, didn't he?
It has a big steel arm off the side, crane arm, which would hook onto the cattle, and then they would tie them up and put them on a truck and so on, or they would bump them with a vehicle as they'd topple over. they would leap onto the buffalo and tie the legs up. And one of the Aboriginal guys, Spencer from the show, talks about this, and he said, "Oh, he's a Chuck Norris-looking son of a bitch. You know, he had a long ponytail, and we were all like, who is this crazy white man? He's trying to wrestle the cattle." And he said, "But what he did is to grab the bull by the tail and swing it down to the ground." And my dad's like, "That never happened." And I kept asking him, "Did it?" He said he did it. He was a nutcase.
Only your dad would deny that. We'd all be like, "Yeah, just say it, just say it, just say it."
That's what I kept saying. I said, "Let the mythology." You know?
Yeah, he must have been really happy with you being in Rush, because he was a professional motorcycle.
Yeah, he used to race motorbikes.
Racer.
Yeah, he raced motorbikes for many years around Australia.
Which is why he leaves you for dead in the documentary.
It's constantly, yeah.
Because it's on bikes, it's on motorbikes, isn't it?
Yeah, motorbikes, yeah.
I love that film, Rush, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
And you got to play James Hunt, man.
James Hunt, yeah, that was one of the. I got to say that. Another Eric Fellner production. That and this, my two favourite things I've ever made.
Oh, that's nice.
Be sort of to being able to play a character with the complexity that both of these characters had. But Rush, driving the cars, the 70s, it was a complete departure from what I had done in the space of Thor and the Marvel world. And this gave me that same joy and creative sort of. And
you had to drop all the bulk to fit in the cars, didn't you?
I did. I lost a lot of weight, and I was speaking of things I stole, I tried to steal a lot of the clothing from the character.
Because you couldn't get out of it.
But none of it fit me afterwards. Once I got back.
And do you know any of the Australian Formula One drivers?
Not really. I'm not.
You must have met Ricardo.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't met Ricardo. Yeah, but more the. We were hanging out with like Jack Miller from the MotoGP.
I don't know these guys.
He's an Australian MotoGP rider.
Did your dad know Alan Jones? Was he a big Alan Jones fan?
Yeah.
He was a great driver.
Yeah. My dad, though, more, again, motorbikes than cars. But
wow.
He still got a kick out of it when I was doing Rush.
And Rush is doing, it's doing really well now. It's got like 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was one of the greatest, because it's so hard to make a decent film about motorsport.
Yeah,
I thought it was such a good film.
I love that film. I was incredibly proud of that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Good. Should we talk about the latest one again?
Sure.
All right, Aussie Jane, can you please invite the British director? All right. Enough of all these Aussie fancy smanchy superstars.
Let's give us
Let's get the guy who has to wrangle this lot into some kind of order. Aussie Jane, over to you.
Please welcome the super smart Bart Layton.
Come on. Chris, this is Bart.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for sort of softening the ground earlier on outside. I really appreciate that.
What?
Yeah. You said you probably don't know this guy, but he's all right. Or words to that effect.
I said he's a legend. I remember listening to you. I mean, you've been doing this
120 years.
No, I remember when I was a kid, we didn't have a shower, and so it would be bath time on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And the only thing that could get me in there was you were on, I think it was it GLR or something like that?
You're on GLR, Radio London? My God, that is a long way back.
Well, I'm not that young.
Whoa!
But I remember that you were unbelievable. So there you go.
Thanks very much.
You still got the energy.
That's when I thought I was really messing it up. So
no, it was really memorable.
70 quid a show, 140 Australian dollars a show, and here we are. That was my Dancing with the Stars moment.
That's got you here.
Yeah, got me here. They won't let
got me in
out.
the bath.
From next door. Got you in the bath.
So you both surf. This is a marriage made in surfing heaven. Is that right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Although he keeps promising to take me on one of his exotic surfing trips. I'm stuck with
You made us work too
He's in
much.
Fiji.
Yeah, so it's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, I surfed in Fiji, and then I come over here, and he's like, "Come down to Cornwall." I'm like, "Sounds pretty cold."
Yeah. You know, all the trees, right? And they're pretty sturdy trees, right? They always have bad hair days because they're all just the prevailing winds.
They grow sideways.
They grow totally sideways. Do you get any of that in Australia? Any of that sort of prevailing wind action?
Well, we have, intense. No, we have a lot of.
Yeah, never been asked that before.
That's what I've had for dinner.
Moving on. Right, but so I know that Working Title had you in their sights for over a decade.
Yeah.
You finally, you finally came to say yes, I'll do this. After I don't know if you've ever seen The Imposter. Obviously, you've seen The Imposter. How good is The Imposter? By
It's
the way?
incredible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Frame The Imposter for us if you don't mind.
Oh wow! Oh man, this
Just
is
give us
going
30
back.
seconds. I know.
Okay, a blonde kid goes missing from San Antonio, Texas in '94.
True story.
True story. Gone without a trace. 4 years later, he turns up in an orphanage in a tiny village in the south of Spain, and no one can believe it. It's just extraordinary. They contact the American consulate. They fly the family over. The family is beside themselves. They are reunited with him. He looks a little different, but he's been through puberty, and he's clearly been through a horrific trauma. They bring him home to Texas, and that's just the start of
let's
the weirdness.
Tell you what, let's not spoil it for anybody, because that'll get a bump because of this film, because people have look you up and then they go through your filmography and they'll watch it. It's an amazing film. What did you think when you first saw it?
Yeah, well, without giving it away, I want you to finish. I don't want to ruin it for people, but unbelievable.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
I think it was
shocking.
the most outlandish true story I'd ever come across.
All right, it's called The Imposter. It's out there. Watch it. It's an amazing piece of cinema. So from 2012 to 2026, and you're here now, and we're here talking about this great film. And it is a great film. I love it. I wouldn't say otherwise, because I don't need to, because I've been in this for too long and I'm too old, too ugly, and I don't care, right? It's a great film. Congratulations, well done.
Really happy
you
to
and the
that.
gang. It was a COVID baby, wasn't it? You started to sort of...
Yeah, I got sent the manuscript, and I understood that the rights were kind of hotting up, that people were interested in it, and it was that second winter, not the nice one, the lockdown where it was just miserable, and
when we thought it was going to be over and it wasn't.
And then this arrived, and it was this kind of, it's this sun-bleached story. It's set all along the Pacific Coast Highway, and it's a series of robberies connected by the proximity to this freeway, and there was something about that at that time in that kind of bleak winter that it felt very appealing. I remember getting 2/3 of the way through this short story and thinking, this is kind of brilliant. I pray the ending is going to be, is going to kind of be as good as
you were
the rest
reading
of
it.
it. As I was reading it, I was just like, holy crap, if this has got a cracking ending, then this could be one of those movies that Chris and I talk about loving as a kid, and then the ending has this killer twist that you don't see coming, that obviously we shouldn't talk about.
No,
I
really
literally
don't talk about it,
I like, it was still like, I guess it would have been an early morning in LA, and I was trying to get hold of my agent. I just texted him, I was like, call me now, I have to adapt this. And I knew that there were going to be other people much more heavyweight than me trying to do it, and I had a whole take on it for the writer, famous writer Don Winslow, who's a legend as well. And amazingly we got it, and I called Eric, who had offered me a bunch of movies that didn't
He was
feel
desperate
right.
to get you.
Yeah, well, I did this in American Animals, and then we were like, let's do something big. And if you're ever going to do something big as a British filmmaker, he'd be the guy to do it with. And he sort of was like, yeah. And I was like, trust me, it's going to be... Because we talked about all those movies that you talked about, Bullet, Thomas
Do you want
Crown
the quiz?
Affair.
We can do the quiz again.
Well, I'm going to get it right.
I know the answers. I can help.
Hang on a minute. You knew the answers before you still got it wrong.
Just to some of them, yeah.
Okay, I'm taking my diamonds back.
Yes, and I think we just thought, what happened to those movies? You remember the ones that, I guess you'll have your version, I know Chris has it, when you went to with your mum and dad, I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and, there was so, Heat obviously being one of them. Yeah. I was like, what happened to those in the cinema? And so we set out very, we could have done it for streaming probably. We were determined it was going to be for the cinema. And Eric was on board. It took me ages to write it, and then this insane cast came together.
How did you get this lot?
It was weird, if you're writing, it's a bit of a hostage fortune. If you get a particular actor, if you get a Chris Hemsworth stuck in your head while you're writing, it's dangerous, because obviously that becomes the character. It takes.
It's dangerous until it's not.
It's dangerous until, because you might send it to Chris and he's like, yeah, thanks, mate, but not for me. And then you're like, oh, crikey. And amazingly, with this script, every first choice, because obviously you start with, shoot for the stars. And the crazy thing is he read it, and I got a message saying, Chris read it, he loved it, can you get on the phone? I was like, well, obviously, we kind of hit it off straight away, I think, and obviously I'd seen his work, but I wanted a very different thing.
And Mark Ruffalo wanted the same different Hemsworth, didn't he? Mark was always saying, I want to see something else from you.
And Chris and Monk kept saying to me, Chris has got abilities that none of us have seen yet. And I figured that he'd done a lot of stuff.
Have I?
I was like, that's, I think so. Maybe. No, yeah, it was certainly an opportunity to do something very different. And I feel like around the time I did Rush, I got sent more of these types of films, and then the more Marvel films and Extraction and so on. And I love making those films. I had less and less, but there were less and less of these being written, especially to this, with this detail and this impressive. And in my conversations with Bart, immediately I felt like at some of the time even though you wanted me to come on board, I still was going, I think I can do this. I think I can take it here. And but there was a beautiful collaboration and necessity or want to have it be very unfamiliar to any of the other characters.
And it is. It's so good, man. It's so good.
I mean, he is quite extraordinary.
But they're all extraordinary.
Yeah,
you all
it's
act the
incredible.
pants off each other and on each other. Do you know what I mean? Nobody tries to steal a scene. It's like, that's why we always talk about the Beatles, because you had 4 band leaders who agreed to be in the same band for a bit. Yeah. And you've got that going on here, haven't you? Nobody's trying to upstage each other. Everybody just holds their own, and fire breeds fire. It's amazing. And so you got Ruffalo, you got Halle Berry, who smashes it, absolutely smashes it. Barry Keoghan, who I know you've worked with before, and so was it tick tick? Were you like, is this real? Is this actually? Are all these people saying yes?
A little bit.
Was it because of the magnet? Because the magnet signed up first.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously,
What are you
I think if you get if you got someone like Chris, if you got someone like Chris,
it doesn't hinder the process, does it?
I think people are then like, oh, okay, so it's a real thing.
Yeah.
And then I think also it was just that thing of maybe people feeling like they hadn't seen or read a movie like this in a while, and it was a sort of like, it's kind
cool.
of, how about come back to the cinema for that?
I love it because it's so sexy and it's smart. We talk about that Teenage Choice Awards reception speech of Adam Kutcher when he said smart is the new sexy. And smart is knowing what you want out of life. Then what you want is this. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. And this is a smart film. It's so...
Oh, thank you.
I nearly swore that. It's so freaking smart. You know what I mean? And did you get that vibe when you were making it? Because it's never style before content.
Yeah.
But the style in the end up catches up with the content. You know what I mean?
It is. There's a sleek, sexy sophistication to it, which...
once you're sexy, you come across sexy.
Finally.
Congratulations.
That was the goal. I was
Taken
like,
a while.
I just want to be sexy in this film.
But it's different though. It's different.
Yeah, no, it's different. And it's also...
Well, there was one point where he said to me, you've changed my hair colour, you've changed my eye colour, you've changed my posture, you've changed the way I stand, now you've changed my voice. What was it about me that you wanted?
What you like?
He said, everything, basically.
That's so funny, man. And it is, we're watching it. We were watching it in the cinema on Wednesday, me and the gang here. We had such a great time, thank you. In fact, the best quote after the film was from Kedge, and he said, all that was missing was the popcorn. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Awesome.
But Eric, if you're watching, could do better. The film was a 5 out of 5 or a 10 out of 10, or however you want to score it.
I think so.
But it's so, you see it coming together, right? And we've got to be careful what we say. We're talking about Crime 101. It's out 2 weeks today. We can't really say we don't spoil it for you. Not allowed to either, get put in jail, things like that. But everything started, she's over there, he's over there, and it starts coming together. And you think, I was worried for you. You don't want to worry for you because you'd be all right. You got Thor on the back burner whenever you want it. But I'm like, where's this? And it comes together, and you think, this isn't going to work. And you nailed it, mate. I mean, I know you know what you're doing.
Well, I did. I heard your previous guest passage you're talking about imposter syndrome. It is a real thing. I'd not done anything on this scale, and I was nervous bordering on the kind of unhealthy anxiety, and I think my reaction to that is you do a ridiculous amount of homework. You do as much prep. I shot-listed the whole thing twice.
You say something else. I shot myself every day.
There was a point where I thought it, like a small car accident, like a broken leg would be quite good, and then I could just be like, Chris, I would have loved to have seen this through, but
I'm on crutches, yeah.
But no, and then so you do that. You were saying it the other day. Fear makes you dig in deeper.
Yeah, it's a pretty good motivator.
And then you do that extra level of I storyboard everything, and then And there was a kind of a joke on set where they were referring to the movie as a miniseries because you got 3 and at times 4, including Barry, characters on a collision course, and they all have to have their own mini movie.
I love it.
And they're sort of separate, and so we shot a lot, but there was a good plan, and I think it's come together kind of exactly, if not better than we planned.
Well, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. I have no idea how you do it. It's incredible. Congratulations. We haven't even mentioned Snatch and Guy Ritchie and Lock, Stock and all, because you've got all that going on there as well. It's pretty darn cool. Could you do us a favour?
Yeah.
Could you be the interim Bond, just so we can have another movie?
Sure. I love that. Sure. Where do I sign?
Interim Bond would be fun, wouldn't it? just to get us through to the next stage. It's too big a deal. Who's going to be the next Bond? You both folded your arms. It's not going to happen. Okay, I get it. I've been doing this.
We're
We're
going to do it. You direct it. I'll come
Just
do it.
do the one. Just do the one. It's like, just to take the heat off the next guy.
That's right.
Yeah. That's what I did with Top Gear. People think I messed Top Gear up. I didn't. I was the interim man.
That'll be my excuse.
Oh gosh, I can't believe I made it back here. Guys, congratulations. It's great. It's great. It's out today. It's out. Sorry, it's out 2 weeks today. It's worldwide, I would imagine. Same day, same release date.
Yeah, it is.
February 12th, February 13th.
All right.
February 13th.
It is sharp. It is cool. It is fun. It's what cinema's all about. I mean, I know, as I said before, I know it's about big screens. I know it's about quality sound. I know it's about sunken investment, going with your mates and paying your money. But there's something else about going to the cinema and it giving you permission to escape. And that's what I realised once that I'd forgotten that. Got to be careful. I get a bit emotional about these things. What's that about? It's you and your dad. It's you and your dad. That's what it is. Can we hear it, please, for Chris Hemsworth?